the sound that I had to make because my gun didn't have real bullets in it. Welcome back, all. This is the Invictus stream, live coming to you on a Wednesday night. How y'all doing out there in La La Land?
Darn tootin'.
Welcome back to the Invictus stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with, with my crazy friend Alex.
Oh yeah.
My lawman friend Chris.
Don't make me cut you.
My senile friend Michael. My loose friend Justin.
You want it? You can have it.
And we are back with Deadlands Game 1, Part 2! We are so excited to be here on this Wednesday night, back with you guys, the community, to hang out, have some fun, and go crazy. What about you, Alex? You excited to kick this baby off?
I sure am there, Carver.
Yeah, that's him for you. I want to, of course, give you a big old warning. This is going to be an 18-plus show. There is always a lot of violence in the Wild West, as well as swearing. If you've ever seen Deadwood, you would know that. As well as a lot of graphic violence. Isn't that right, Chris?
Yeah, very graphic. We describe it to a T that you can picture it. You have to roll guts roll.
And taste it.
And taste it. So if you feel like you're not mature enough, that's okay. You don't have to watch the game. But before you leave, go ahead and like that video on YouTube. That's right. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, you go ahead and you give it a like on that video. You give it a thumbs up because that's the way we like to do it. Also, if you are part of our Twitter group, please go ahead and tweet us. Just live tweet us or whatever. If you're not part of the Twitter group, please follow us on Twitter. Oh, this is Alex Warren. Sex and violence.
Some language, sex. Not bad language.
Not always. Not bad language. Just poor English. Just words that are said incorrectly. So please, if you're a Twitter, go ahead and follow us on Twitter. If you're on Facebook, and if you're not on Facebook, you really should be. Please go ahead and like our page. You can find it by searching the Invictus stream on the top. But most importantly, find our group. The group is where all the cool people hang out and talk and get together and all that kind of stuff. Through the group is where we watch, so you can spend XP while we're playing the game to help little old Lewis get out of a stifling case of the mumps, if that be the or the coffees. You might even help Buddy Jacks shoot someone from off his backs.
Well, that'd be mighty welcome.
So there are various ways that you can spend XP, so go ahead and be on the group and help us with that. There are plenty of ways to earn XP as well. There are 3 fantastic ways this season, or sorry, I should say this campaign, to earn XP. The first and our newest addition is the mid-game post. The mid-game post is something that we introduced last game. It is where at some point during the middle of the game, we're going to stop the action, put a post on the stream page, on the group Facebook group page, and the first 3 comments for a specific phrase that we ask for are going to get 5 XP each, as well as the 20th person to comment. And with that 5 XP, that's right. It's a quick draw alley. Ooh, that's actually a better name for it, ain't it? Quick draw post. Let's do that for
no more committed.
Mid-game drip prod, quick draw post.
That's right, quick game post. So that's what it's going to be mid-game. So watch out for that because that's an easy way to earn XP and you can spend it right away. The other 2 fantastic ways are the MVP, which I'm going to get to a second, and the NPC game. Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about that and who won this week?
Absolutely. Every week we're trying to get a library of NPCs for all the different worlds here at the Invictus stream that we like to roll as RPGs around the table. We've done Numenera, we've done Star Wars, we've done End of the World, we've done lots. We need lots of non-player... What is that?
Oh, it's probably motorcycles. That's on my window.
Back in the West.
In the Wild West, what is this confangled contraption?
They're motorized horses now, you hear?
Yeah, so we need lots of NPCs. So for this campaign, we're actually allowing the community to create NPCs and awarding them for them. 10 XP if you are chosen as the best NPC for the week, and then 10 XP again for every time it's used in-game. Not every time. The first time it's used in-game. Otherwise it'd be very expensive, especially if it's a creepy character. But this week we had some really great ones. It was for Numenera. Pay attention to what the what it's for, because we actually only had 3 people for Numenera. The other ones were Deadlands. They might get used in the future for the Deadlands campaign. But of all the Numenera posts, I liked Aisha Lyles the best, with Gwendolyn Green. So congratulations, Aisha, you just got a 10 XP.
Fantastic. Excellent. Well done, Aisha. What was the name of the character again, Chris?
Gwendolyn Green.
Gwendolyn Green, a thief, a liar, and a scoundrel. Sounds like my kind of gal, ain't that right, Lacey? Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
He's gone pull a David on us. We are. It's a hot day here in Canada, so we're all sweating and thinking real slow like. So that is the second way that you can earn XP, by playing in the NPC game. Again, we're going to be posting that tomorrow. Make sure you read the theme, because it might be a different system other than Deadlands or Numenera, and we want to make sure that they're on theme and things like that. So that's the second way. The third way, our classic way, and my favorite personal way, is the most valuable post. The most valuable post is a post that we pick out, we designate, that was posted during the week on the Facebook group from someone in the community who sparked a little bit of conversation, had a little bit of fun with the community, and maybe got a few answers that they were asking for, such as this week. I would like to announce the winner of this week's MVP, that's a quiet ring, is Mr. Peter Miranda, for his post asking for Dungeon World game advice. And I also want to do a special shout out to Jeff Romo, who recently ran Dungeon World through our community stream, a fantastic game, and gave Mr. Peter a fantastic amount of advice. A lot of great advice there on how to run the system. So thank you to Jeff, and thank you to Peter for winning the most valuable post. Such a great thing to see you guys interacting with each other and hanging out on the stream. So please keep that up. Again, remember, the most valuable post doesn't have to be necessarily asking for advice. It doesn't have to be anything related to RPG, really. It just has to create a sense of community, because that's what we're trying to do. You know, get everybody together, hang out, so it feels like a place of respite, not a place of work, which of course it is for us, because we get paid by the hour in XP. Ain't that right, Justin?
Yeah, and I'm running out.
That's
Guys,
right. I'm waiting on my
extending
paycheck.
a hand. Can you help me out?
I think
And
we're all.
it's kind of a pain going down to the grocery store and asking the clerk for a pack of cigars for XP.
Yeah.
That'll be 16 million XP, please.
Excuse
What
me.
the fuck?
I'm sure there's got to be some quantifiable worth. It's got to be like 0.0000001 of a cent.
If we
XP.
just monetize it.
That's what I'm saying. So
I could
there
buy
you
a
go.
Tic Tac.
You could not. No, I think Tic Tacs would at least
Grain
be
of
like
sugar.
a cent. Yeah, maybe a grain of sugar, maybe a grain of sand, something even more useless. So there you go. So there are your ways to earn points, XP, experience points, to help us out in game, and help the other guy out in game if you want. Now you can spend those on bennies, and I think one of the guys below will detail, or someone from last week maybe kindly will detail how you can actually spend them on bennies, because it'd be very helpful.
The pennies and the Harlan.
In the what?
Sorry.
You can tell we're, yeah, it's a hot day up here. So we're lazy and lethargic, so get ready for a wild game, because anything can happen. Without further ado, that's everything for me. I want to throw it to my crazy man Lacey to give you a quick synopsis of what happened last week, and then if you're ready and I'm ready, I think we could jump right into the game. What do y'all say? That's right, so I'm going to throw it to Mr. Lacey P. Adams for a synopsis. Take it away, Mr. Lacey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carver. So last time on I'm going to change my voice for this. Last time on Deadlands. Carver Waite, Buddy Jacks, Lacey P. Adams, and Louis Verville all received a letter from an old friend, Cole Ferguson, Sheriff of Halton. The sheriff was having a hard time enforcing the law in his town and needed some deputies to help him out, which is why he had contacted them in the first place. The four men arrived at Halton to find out that the once humble, warm, and welcoming town had become quite an uninviting place throughout the years, and that they had been away. They agreed to help the sheriff, and they were deputized soon after their arrival. Their first assignment was to track down a man named Stanson, who had allegedly stolen horses from one of the locals, which is a hangable offense, I might add. After some investigation, they tracked him down and managed to persuade him to his crimes, only to be shot within an inch of his life by an unseen gunman in the dark. After a brief shootout, the deputies were able to injure one of the gunmen and end the conflict. While interrogating the man proved useless, they did find a red handkerchief with a golden embroidery cross on his person. After returning to Halton, Stanson's life hanging by a thread, they reported to Sheriff Ferguson. Something was off with the sheriff, however, because for some reason he was acting strangely, all erratic and dangerous. He kept reaching for his revolver, and the deputies had no choice but to confiscate his gun and let him lock himself away. That was written by our good friend Louis Verville, Justin. And now we're back to the game, Marshall.
So you guys stand there with Stanson, still bleeding out in your arms a little bit. The little bit of first aid that you've administered him should keep him alive for a few more hours, but his numbers are coming up. Now the sheriff, Ferguson, who's now locked himself inside the rail cart that they're using as a jail, he's still lucid a little bit. He keeps coming in and out. He's saying nonsense about being scalped and that they're coming for him. His eyes are just completely dark, and you can't even see the retina. You just see it's just grotesque.
Jesus.
So you stand there.
Now, Buddy and I pushed him in the jail cell, yeah?
That's right, and he's locked in there.
Okay,
but
so
you can see him. He's stirring around. He's grabbing things. That sometimes he's like pushing on it, and he's yelling nonsense at sometimes as well.
Wow, what the hell's going on with this fucker?
Well, I don't think he's our main concern right now. I mean, he's in a safe place. We're safe from him. What we do need to do is get this boy fit and ready for a hanging. We need to get to the apothecary.
Yeah, maybe, but aren't you concerned about this man right here? What the hell's going on? And I turn to Cole, is his name correct?
Yeah.
And I say, Cole, what the hell's wrong with you?
Come here. I'll show you.
Just tell me from a distance, Cole.
You can't hang Stanson. He needs to go to trial.
Well, all right. That seems Cole, what are you doing? You asked us to lock you inside. Now you're dodging the question. What's wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep seeing them coming for me. I know it's you, Carver, but it doesn't look like you. Your eyes are all sunken in, and your teeth, they're gnawing to bite me.
Well, is there any way he can get out of there? And I turn to Buddy and whoever else is in the room. Is there any way he can get out?
Well, I would like to make a notice roll and just see if there seems to be any, if I notice any like weak spots or anything, because I'm assuming that this is their only jail. So I'm thinking it's pretty safe.
Yeah, absolutely. You notice that it's very secure. It seems like the only way in and out is the door that you slid, the barn-type door that you slid closed. There's no way for someone inside that barn to break their way out. It's just too reinforced. Now,
he's good here, Carver.
As he's screaming, although it's late at night, some people are starting to notice and poking their heads out of their tents that are nearby.
And I'm actually going to take the initiative with Stanson on the ground bleeding out. I'm going to look towards the apothecary. Who would be running that now if Lily's not there anymore?
The guess is as good as, well, I know, but you could guess. You're not sure. Now, hold on. From Lily's description, it seems like they've swapped jobs, her and her new husband.
Oh, so
you would actually have an awareness. I don't know if you've met Louis. No, it's not Louis. It's Louis, not Louis, right?
Not me.
Okay.
I'm Louis.
You're Louis. Okay, so Louis.
Yeah.
Now, Lacy would be more familiar with the town, so from his knowledge, he would know that it is Elam Turner, or now, I guess, Elam Sheffield.
Okay.
That's right. Elam Sheffield's the one you're going to want to find there, Louis.
Right. Yeah. Well, we should, while they're in there talking to the sheriff, we should get this boy fixed up, don't you think?
I think that's a good idea. And then I go out into the street, kind of where all the people are poking their heads out of the tents, and I say, "Nothing to look at here, fuckers. And now you go back in your tents. It's all good. There's nothing wrong. Just somebody had a little too much to drink." And then I turn to Carver and I say, "He's fucking possessed."
How loud do you say that, Lacey?
Very quietly, just to Carver.
That being said, I'm gonna have you persuade them, because they're hearing some screaming coming from where Cole is.
Well, I'd rather intimidate.
There's a lot of commotion. Oh, you'd
Say,
rather
mind
intimidate.
your own fucking business.
Fair enough.
There is nothing going on here.
So you're using fear to intimidate. Is that right?
Yes. And
Okay.
my new edge, which is Hoink, which has authority as a law enforcer. So intimidation and and Hoink,
All right.
which is a D10 for me. Sorry, let me get that. And 2 and an 8.
So the 8 is successful. Is that a D8?
Yeah, no, it's a D10.
Okay.
So
the
it
8
didn't
is successful.
explode.
So sure enough, mostly ladies and a few guys, but they're pretty drunk. They see you and the twitchiness in your eye. They go, "Oh, I don't care what it is. I'll find out in the morning. I just want to be away from that guy." And they go back into their tent and they quiet down. Some poke out from the tent, quiet, but you can tell they're nervous enough not to leave their tents anymore.
Possessed? What the fuck you talking about, Lacey? And I see Lewis kind of getting a look, and I hear you saying this. It's like, all right, you guys should take him to the apothecary quickly, Stanton. And Buddy and I, well, I'll wait here, Buddy. If you want to go, it's your call.
As you're saying that, vomit spews out of the cart onto just in front of where you're standing.
All right, so he's not doing well either. Maybe bring the apothecary here.
Yeah, I'll go fetch her down. You just keep Stanson alive.
Yeah.
So wait, who's spewing vomit?
Cole.
Cole? Okay, good.
Jeez.
So who's got who here? I missed that.
I'm going to go to the apothecary. You're welcome to come with me,
With Stanson?
Stacey. I think someone should stay here with Stanson. Someone should stay with the sheriff. And
Oh, I see.
I'll stay here
I'm
with
getting away
Stan.
from that vomit, though.
Yeah, you'll be quicker. You'll be quicker on your own, Lewis, without bringing Stanson. So I'll keep him here.
Well,
Yeah.
who's running the apothecary, Carver? I say as I'm backing away from.
Lacey knows more than me. Lacey, who's running now? Sheffield, son?
That would be. I mentioned it earlier, but the marshal knows best the name.
Elam Sheffield. Elam.
Sheffield.
I was gonna say Emil, but
Is he a good man?
I'm pretty sure.
Lacey, what you know of him is he's a big man, and he used to be a blacksmith, so he's a strong, powerful guy.
Well, he's a big man. He
but
used to be a
He's
blacksmith.
kind of a big marshmallow.
He's kind of a big marshmallow, even though those aren't invented yet. But
Sure,
you
they
get what
are.
I'm saying?
Marshmallow's been around forever.
All right, fine. Well, he's a kind of a marshmallow. Do you want me to come with you?
Hey, you're more than welcome to. You already know him, so.
Now, this is late at night. You'd be more afraid of Lily, the fact disturbing her in the middle of the night for this kind of thing. She's the one to be afraid of.
Hey, you know,
Lily. Oh,
There's someone dying. She'll understand that.
that will break in.
Is
Again,
there?
she's become the
Would you-
blacksmith because she wasn't exactly that gentle with her patients in the past.
Right. Would there be anywhere else to go in the town for medical aid?
And
or-
you have the chaplain. He might be able to help you out. He's not as. I mean, he'll be able to pray over the sick and the dying, but aside from
Lacey.
No.
medical attention.
Lacey, fetch the chaplain. Lewis, you go grab the apothecary.
Now, should I do like a healing check on the sheriff here, just see if it's anything I'm familiar with?
Absolutely.
Anything I've heard of?
Yeah.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I go get the chaplain.
Any
That's an
rumors
explosion.
floating around?
Okay. Any rumors?
One exploded though, didn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, one did explode. Go ahead.
San.
Well, Buddy has the impression that he almost seems like he's rabid, like a vicious animal, and he's at times he'd be willing to rip your throat out if you got too close to him. That being said, it's not the same as rabies because he's still being able to talk and he's not frothing at the mouth. It's very sudden, so it's not like a sickness that you're aware of. It doesn't seem like it's natural causes, something natural. Something's been done to him that would cause this. whether it's supernatural or otherwise.
Lewis, are you still here, or are you running for the Apothecary as well?
I'm running for the Apothecary.
Okay, then I'd head in with Buddy. Buddy, you getting anything off him? The sheriff?
Well, it seems to me he's almost got like the rabies. Nothing like I've really ever seen before in a person.
The way he's
Cole?
talking, you get the impression he's hallucinating too.
Cole, are you still with us? Cole, can you hear me? Can you still understand me?
You see him and kind of looking out at you through the bars.
I need you to
runs to
focus.
the other end.
No, Cole, I need you to focus real quick now. Listen, before something happens. Did anything happen to you since the time we left to the time we got back? That anything out of the ordinary? Something happened strange?
You come in here, I'll have your guts for girders.
Cole, you got to listen to me now. We're trying to help you.
He starts puking again.
Can I roll a
He's
persuasion or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay.
See if you can get anything else out of him.
All right. Persuasion is a D12. So 8.
D12. Okay, so that's with one raise.
Yeah.
He's not talking. He's clearly fighting with himself, but he leans over to you, and he goes like this, and he shows you what looks to be a slightly more infected spot, very similar to a bee roach sting that you saw on him earlier, and also on the girl.
So
he shows it to you.
Okay, I'm going to run over to Stanton.
And then he jumps back, and he seems to go back into an animalistic kind of mind frame.
So I run over to Stanton, and I quickly check him over aggressively to see if he has any stings.
Okay, let's do a health healing check.
I'll say it to Buddy,
Or
too.
notice. Yeah.
I'll say, Buddy, do you see that sting? I think it's something to do with the roaches. Come check him, because you have better notice than me, don't you?
Give it a shot.
I don't have any notice, so it's probably definitely going to be on you. Can I give him an advantage?
Some lady just walked by and smelled the vomit, and she just went, kept walking.
Can I give Buddy an advantage?
You can, if you're both trained in. Are you trained in notice?
I'm not trained at all, no.
What are you trained in? Are you trained in healing?
Nope. Riding,
No,
fighting,
you can't
stealth,
do
lockpicking, persuasion, shooting.
You know what? I'm just going to give you an advantage because you noticed it in the first place.
Okay, well, he got one.
Yeah, well, I didn't do so well.
Snake eyes. Yeah, so you look them over, and you're actually pretty sure you found a few more that look just as bad as that one.
Oh, really? With snake eyes? Interesting.
Looks like he's been stung several times.
Now, I would look at...
You're pretty afraid, Buddy, that it's going to turn. He's going to turn as well.
Okay, so Buddy saw that, but Buddy would point them out to me. Buddy, did you point them out, or did you say you saw it?
Looks like here and here he's been stung as well. Now, didn't your lady friend that we were saving the horses for, didn't she get stung as well?
She got stung as well, yeah.
Maybe we better round her up and bring her here.
I'm thinking so too, but in the meantime, I think we got to put him in with Cole, and we got to lock him up. There must be separate jail cells.
No, you...
The unfortunate thing with a small town like this is all they have. They have a holding cell. Right? Sometimes they chain them to the walls so that they're far enough away from one another, but it's one big open space.
Then I'm going to say, Buddy, chain him up, make sure he's safe. I'm going to go check on Henrietta, and I run out to my horse.
Well, stay here with the crazy people.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on over to old Judy.
So you're coming out with me.
Well, I imagine we are outside, because didn't you say the holding cell is
it's a rail car. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
right.
right.
Okay, yeah.
So we rode up, so I imagine Judy's not too far.
Yeah, so I go to Asta, my horse, and I say, are you coming?
Well, I'm going to tie up old horse thief here. So we'll tie him up to, like, a railroad car wheel, so he doesn't have to be inside.
All right. Well, time might not be on our favor, so I'm going to go right ahead. But I'll make sure not to... What's that?
Lewis, we're going to jump over to Lewis and Lacy.
Okay, well, I just ride off. I'll ride off.
So you guys are headed over to the lady's house. Lewis, you pull up. This is one of the few buildings that's not a tent.
Okay.
It's not a big cabin. It's got 2 windows. They're not glass. They can't afford glass, but they got 2 windows. Either side of them, you see the shops. You see a blacksmith to the left, and you see the apothecary to the right. In the middle is the cabin, which you know to be their residence.
Right. So I walk up
Middle
to
of
the
the night.
door.
Middle of the night.
middle of the night. I walk up the door, and I knock, and I say, Mr. Sheffield, Mr. Sheffield, Mr. Sheffield, come quick, we really need your help.
Bang! The door opens up, and there's a woman with a gun standing facing you, and you see it to be Lily. Damn it, Lewis! It's the middle of the night. She puts her gun down.
Hey, Lily, we have a problem. There's a man, he was shot, he's near an inch of his life, and I think that he's got some really important information that might mean something important for the town. You gotta help save him.
You're looking for Elam, then?
Yeah, I'm looking for Elam.
Elam, the door's for you. She walks back in. You get the sense she's going back to bed. Elam comes to the door. Big man. He's at least a foot, head taller than you. He's looking down at you. Yes?
Yes, sorry to wake you at this time of night, but there was a man got shot, and he's got some really important information, so I know if you'd be able to come and help you, I will more than make it worth your time. I will pay you like you'd be getting paid normally.
There's a wounded man.
That's right.
Let me get my healing things. And he walks in and he puts on an apron, comes out with a bag of tools, it appears to be, and he says, "Take me to him quickly."
Well, I appreciate you being so agreeable. Thank you very much, sir. And I run down, show him where he is.
Absolutely.
Lead him back to the cart.
So as soon as he gets there, takes his hat off, he runs over to the body. Who did this? And he starts working on him. I need to perform surgery on him soon.
Okay, it was some gunmen in the dark. I don't know who they were, but they had a red handkerchief on them with a cross.
Well, it looks like it's a sucking wound. It won't last long unless I can get the bullet out of him.
Is there anything I can do?
Help me carry him. We'll bring him back to my healing table. And he picks him up, and you realize he really doesn't need your help at all. He mostly carries most of the weight. You're just kind of carrying his boots.
I'll grab his boots.
And he runs back. This is a big guy, and he brings him into the shop. Grab me some whiskey from the Bee in the Barrel. I'm gonna need to sterilize
this.
This.
Whiskey right here.
Sorry, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt, but had Buddy come with me, I would have stayed back instead because I wanted to make sure that someone knew that they got stung. So I would have mentioned in passing before they came back, before I left, I would have made sure someone knew.
Let's say this. Buddy was still there tying up the Stanson before he left. So Stanson would, Buddy, you can pass that information along if you want.
Let them know that it looks like they've been stung.
Well, of course they have. This is Halton after all. I've been stung many times.
All right. Well, the
When's
important
the last time you were stung?
I can hardly feel them anymore. And he pulls down his shirt to show his big chest. He's got probably 5 or 6 bites on him.
And those are all recent?
Well, this one here looks pretty fresh.
Damn it, fellas, we are wasting time. This man has a sucking wound, and he is bleeding everywhere, all over the ground, all over my boots. We got to get him back to the infirmary, and we got to seal it up.
He
all right?
stands up and he puts his hand on Lewis, which has blood on it, on his shoulder.
Jesus.
He says, "Calm down. This is under control. We do need to hurry, though."
That's so dirty.
And he wipes his hand on you as he goes away, carries the body, and he runs through town back to where his apothecary shop is. He bursts through the door, puts the boy on the table, and says, "You're going to have to give me some time with him." Grabs the whiskey from you, pops off to the top, takes a swig, and pours it all over his body. Says, "I'm going to have to see what I can do." And he kind of ushers you out, suggests that you leave. You notice, though, inside, it's a pretty well-equipped shop. You see flowers and different things drying, different herbs and spices. This is a knowledgeable man.
Okay.
He's got books all over. He's well-read in all things. So he might have some more knowledge about this type of thing, but now is not really the time to talk to him about it.
Right. I'll check on you in the morning and see how he's doing.
If he makes it to the morning, then he gets to work.
All right, and I walk out. Before I do, though, I want to do a notice roll just on the room, see if anything catches my eye.
Sure.
Anything particular. So my notice is upgraded to a 1d10, and then I've got that. So 7 plus. Do I add anything? No. 7.
No. So it's a success. What are you looking for?
Just anything that catches my eye. I'm always walking into places and scoping it out, looking for other entrances, exits, hidden objects?
Sure. It's a very simple shop, just like all the other places around here. You see a few beeswax candles. What you do notice, however, is it seems that he has packages with different names that you recognize as people from the town on it. And it seems like there's a particular plant that he seems to have a lot of. So it seems there's a connection between his workstation right now and all those packages. It's like he's making medicine for a lot of people.
So just at a glance, I can tell that the plants look the same in their leaf structure and stems.
Well,
but
you notice that you notice that he has all these different types of plants, but then he has a really big inventory of this one type.
But I can't see what type it is.
You wouldn't have the knowledge to know what it is.
Right, okay. But I take a mental image of it, and I leave the shop.
Sounds good. All right, so let's go back. Carver. And Carver, you arrived first.
What about Lacy?
Yeah.
Lacy, what are you doing? I thought you were with...
I'm heading off to the chapel to find the chaplain.
Right.
I assume that's where you find the chaplain, at the chapel.
That's right. You're right outside the steeple.
Right, the steeple. And I go shuffling up to the steeple, and I bang on the door, and in a really loud, obnoxious voice, I say, "Hey, chaplain, come on out!" And I keep on banging.
You hear some things like fall over in the room behind the door, and slowly some locks seem to be unlocked, and a tall, thin man with a white beard stands before you, and you can smell whiskey on him. He is drunk. He looks at you as, "Yes, son?"
"Well, ain't this a sight for sore eyes? Chaplain, it's me, Lacy!"
"Well, I'll be Lacy. How are you?"
"Now don't touch me. I swear to God, I'll take your fucking arms off when I pull my gun."
And he grabs the gun from you and just pushes it down and says, "Lacy, it's late. Did you come for a drink?"
"No, I came because I need some help. I'm a deputy now. Don't you understand, Chaplain? I'm a deputy."
I can see that, Lacy.
"All right, okay. I want to make that clear. Anyways, we got ourselves an exorcism to perform."
What?
An exorcism.
He's starting to sober up a little bit. "Lacy, that's some big talk. An exorcism, you say?"
Where'd you learn that word, Lacy? It's a big word for you.
Good for you, Lacy.
Yeah.
An exorcism. That's very serious, Lacy.
"Well, I need you to come look at him then. Because if it ain't an exorcism, I don't know what it is. Because that's what I seen when I seen all the crazy people getting exorcisms. So come on." I grab him by the beard and I say, "Come on!" And I slap him around a little bit. Gentle slaps.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously drunk.
Uh-huh. He says, "Well, let me get dressed." And he goes in the back and he puts on his robes and he comes back out. "Well, take me to this suffering child."
"Great. Let's go!" And then I grab him by the beard and I lead him off.
He's following you through town. I mean, this is late at night, and he is wasted, so he's staggering. Although you're pulling him by his beard, so he does manage to make it where you're going, but he's having a hard time.
Excellent. So then we obviously make it back, and they're the others, right?
Well, Buddy's still there. Carver, I think, is left.
"Chaplain, this is Buddy. Buddy, Chaplain. Chaplain, do your thing." "Here's a man. He's all crazy and spewing."
Well,
Nice to meet you, Reverend.
hello, Buddy. Haven't seen you in some time.
Not since the war.
Why, that's Cole Ferguson in there.
Yes, sir, it is.
Dude, it's the sheriff. It's our sheriff. We're deputies. It's the sheriff.
So the chaplain walks up to why do you have him imprisoned? He walks up to the grates and he puts his hand on the wood planks.
And I'll just kind of pull him back a little bit. I don't know if I do that, Padre.
And as soon as you do, the hands come out, clearly trying to rip at him.
Listen,
Wow.
Padre.
And I turn to the chaplain and I say, "Told you, exorcism."
Okay, so this is going to take some time. Let's go to Carver real quick.
Okay, so I'm going to ride very, very fast. Should I do a ride roll or?
Yeah, if you're trying to push the horse.
I'm trying to push it. I want to get there in as much time as possible. So let's say not success. So what happens if I'm trying to push it?
It takes you the normal amount of time, so it's still going to be a little while before you get there. But
okay.
We start with normal amount of bennies, right?
That's right. We haven't drawn them yet.
Okay.
I should draw them right now.
And Will wants to give 5 XP to give Lacy a chip.
Oh, nice.
All right, well, let's give Lacy a chip. Let's start with Lacy. He's getting 4 chips here.
Thank you, Will.
Lacy, here's your first, or your 4 chips. 1, 2. Here we go. Oh, Lacy. Oh, my good. Oh, that's not good for anybody else. Okay. You got 2 red and 2 blue.
Oh, shit.
That's insane!
That's a lot.
Have some hair! Look at that! Oh.
All right, we got Carver. What do you got here?
Well, God damn it! Thank you, boys.
Carver, you got 3 whites.
Oh, man. Added
odd.
to my one from last week, which Aisha gave me. That gives me 4 whites.
All right, and Lewis. 3 whites as well. Unfortunately,
All right.
Lacy took all the good ones.
Damn it, Lacy.
All right, and Buddy. Two reds and a white.
Nice.
All right, so... Oh, yeah, you're going to draw 2.
I got 3 whites.
Red wine.
So it'd take normal time for me to get there. When I got there, I would get off my horse at a fair distance, and I want to kind of stealth up to the house till I get to a window and look in. So I don't know how far away she is in relation to the...
No problem. So going along the fence line and from her land, and you see the separation to where her living kind of area is. You get to the house, and there's a window, but sure enough, it's dark inside. It's middle of the night.
Right. Do I hear anything? I want to do listen.
Sure.
What would a listen be? I guess just listen, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so I got nothing in it, so it's just a 1d4 minus 2 or something?
That's right.
This is not going to be good. No, so 0.
No, you don't hear anything. You hear some of the wind and the brush, but that's about it.
All right, so I'm gonna keep crouched and keep an ear out, waiting for Buddy.
Okay. Buddy, so you're standing there with the chaplain and Lacy, and the chaplain kind of looks like he doesn't know what he's going to do. Lacy,
Andre, have you seen much of this going on around town lately?
to tell you the truth, there's been a lot of strange happenings as of the last little bit, but
Well, what do you call the last little bit?
ever since, the mine got here, and
When we start mining in this little town?
we started mining as soon as we found Ghost Rock.
Ghost Rock!
All sorts of people here. Sons, I will be able to help this man, but not tonight.
So we
I
just
will
keep
return.
locked up.
I need to read my scriptures. I need to find out what I can do for me. If it is an exorcism, which I am skeptical that it is, I need to prepare.
Well, Padre, I appreciate your time.
All right, Chaplain. But I
He kind
swear.
of goes over to Cole Ferguson and he talks to him quietly. You can hear he's doing a blessing. Hang in there, Cole. He walks out.
Well, I imagine I better catch up to Carver. He's probably waiting around.
And I say to Buddy, when you're out there, keep an eye open for something to do with this mine. I'm thinking there's something to do with Ghost Rock. I hear it can be, what's the word? Infectious? Infectious, that's the word!
Like,
And
Lacy?
at this point, I've probably arrived back, and I'm shirtless. And You see me walk up, and I just nod to the guys, and I sit on the stoop of the cart.
Okay, Lewis, I need you to do a roll.
I'm a roller.
I'm gonna have you do a. What skills do you have? Do you have reaction roll? I'm looking for you to either have a perception roll,
Notice,
or perception. Yeah, notice roll.
Notice. I will roll that. 6. Both successes.
Okay, so you do notice, as you're standing there bare-chested, you hear a buzzing in your ear, and you feel something land on your shoulder.
All right, I've got a -4 to everything.
Why do you have a -4 to everything?
Because I'm a germaphobe, and bugs kind of fit in that.
Yeah. All right,
so I freeze. I literally just freeze.
Okay, so you guys see him come over, and he sits down shirtless, and he looks completely frozen, like petrified.
It's all right, guys. Carry on. Carry on. It's all right. It's okay, guys. It's all right. Just
Well, have I left yet, or am I still there?
I don't know, you tell me. Buddy, are you still there?
Well, I imagine I got on Judy and went right to Carver.
So
That's wrong.
Yes, dude.
I'm carving Judy.
In that case, who are you sitting in front there, Lewis?
Lacy.
Lacy.
He's gonna try to shoot it off your
I was
shoulder.
just gonna say. And I go like this. I go, hold still, and I pull my guns out.
Lacy. How do you know that there's a bug on me right now?
I can see it. I got one eye open.
You should do a Rotus roll.
Lacy, do a
Oh,
notice
that's
roll.
so funny. Do it.
Lacy, do a notice roll.
A notice?
Yeah.
What do I roll for notice now?
It's a skill, so if you don't have it, it's D4.
-2.
I don't have the skill of notice, so it's a D4
And a
Yep.
D6.
and a D6 -2. So fail.
Oh,
So fail.
oh, good.
So you just see him. He looks completely calm, but very still. Like not a single wrinkle in his face is moving.
Nah, I thought I heard a buzzing, but I guess I was wrong. I put my gun away.
I think he's gone totally Wiseman.
Lewis, as you feel it crawling on your back, moving down your spine a little bit, and it pinches as it grabs because it's got these little pincers as it grows along down your back. All right.
Oh, hold
go
on.
back to-
Hold on. I'm good at cast. Can I do Soul Blast? No. I'm gonna use stun. Can I use stun on the bee?
Yeah. Do you just need to touch it?
I don't even think it's touch. Here, let me
Sure.
look it up, and you can go to someone else, and I'll figure it out.
All right, Carver. Buddy pulls up on Judy.
Okay, well, how far behind was he? Because he was talking to a few people. I would be thinking if he was more than 10 minutes, I would go knocking on her door.
I wouldn't say it's that long.
Okay, so I'm going to say...
If you had been faster with your riding roll, then maybe.
Okay, that's fine. So as I see him pulling up either way, I'd kind of nod, give the old... And I'd kind of motion that I'm going to go knock on the door. And I go up to the door. Henrietta!
Well, hang on. I'm coming. Let me just get dressed first. And you hear it scurrying around.
Yeah, all right. Well, maybe I'll just enter, and I open the door anyway.
So Henrietta is there.
And I put the...
half
my
naked.
gun
She
away.
screams and she puts the...
Oh shit! I'm sorry, Henrietta. I didn't mean to. I didn't really mean to look. Nothing fierce. You all right though?
Get out! Get out!
I'm trying. Oh, where's the door? I'm trying to close my eyes. I can't see. And I watch the words a bit. I can't quite see where I'm going. Are we going? Where are we going? Henrietta, you all right?
Let me just feel in my hands.
Let me just feel it in the dark.
And she hits you and keeps
Oh.
smacking you.
All right. Okay. No, that's my fault. I'm sorry. Look, Henrietta, don't mean to. Don't mean to intrude or anything like that. I just had to make sure you're all right. I heard something that maybe you weren't doing too good, so I wanted to stop by and make sure you're fine.
Did you find my horses? Did he get Stanson? Is he hanging?
Yes to the first two, to BD on the last one, but I just wanted to see something.
I can tell you wanted to see something. Can you please leave, Carver?
It's not already. But Henrietta, this one's important. And I kind of just walk towards her, and I kind of just look her over, naked.
I'm married!
No, I get that. And do I see any?
Yeah, you see a few bites on her.
Do any of them look infected the way they were?
Nothing like the one that you saw on him.
Okay.
Well,
right.
I mean, it could be one that's not infected, is what you see.
Yeah, that's fine, as long as it's not infected. Okay, well, all right. This was my bad mistake, but the good news is we did catch Stanton. He's going to hang by the neck until he's dead, I'm almost positive, unless he's completely innocent, in which case I hope you do well and have yourself a fantastic night. And I apologize for bothering you and seeing your boobs. Your nethers.
That's worse.
Nethers?
Well, I saw both. It's not your undercarriage. I don't know what that means. I'm going to walk out now. I apologize, ma'am.
Get out! Just get out.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Have yourself a fantastic night. And I walk out towards Buddy.
Push him out the door, close the behind you, hear a sharp lock.
Yeah.
Lock inside behind you.
I'm sorry, Buddy. I just wasn't too sure.
Guys, at this point, it's roughly, it's midnight, past midnight for sure. You have a few more hours before the sun comes up. You're not going to get a lot from people. You need to rest.
Well, I want to talk to Buddy to see if he learned anything first, because he would just be approaching as I walk out of her house, and she's probably screaming. Right. Buddy, it's not what it looks like. I was only making sure she was safe, I swear.
This is the first time I've had to question whether or not you're a gentleman, Carver.
Well, god damn it, Buddy. I think it's pretty clear that I am not.
Well, I just reckon it's time to get Judy here down for a nap. I mean, good job, Judy. Beautiful girl. You did good getting us here all fine and fast and furious.
Yeah, you sure do love that
Take
horse,
a nice
don't
stroll down. Judy and I have been through a lot together.
Well, so have me and Asta. And I walk over to my horse with Buddy. Say, she didn't look, I mean, she looked dead, but she didn't look infected. What gives?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with this ghost rock.
Why you think that?
Well, it's just something that, take it for what it was, that Lacy mentioned.
Oh, so it's probably something that's fucking psychotic, is what you're saying.
Could be, but always worth a look.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
I'm sure you just discovered.
Yeah, well, I saw a lot. Let me just tell you, I saw everything. she's quite the. If her husband ain't done live through this, I'm gonna go ahead and probably marry her. You know, not that he's affected in any way, but if he should get a bullet, not through me, but through Lacy. That guy's wild. Let's go back to town.
I feel like those are the sorts of things you keep to yourself there, Carver.
Well, I'm a big mouth. What can I say? Can't quite keep it behind. All right, we'll right back to town.
Yeah, so the places you can stay, the sheriff's place is empty. You get the impression he was going to let you stay there anyways. You also can stay at the Bee in the Barrel. There are rooms for rent.
I think I'd hole up at the sheriff myself.
Absolutely. Why would I pay if I don't have to?
Well, that's my logic.
I realize that it's starting to get light, so I snuggle up next to the cart in the dirt. I just kind of get down in the mud and roll around in it a bit.
Like a pig.
You're going
to
sleep?
Which cart? The one where the prisoners are being kept?
Yeah.
You going to sleep?
How close are you there?
Well, so the one Stanson is like tied up to one wheel.
Stanson's being healed on the table at the
Apothecary. Right. So not close enough to the door that I can be reached, but I'm kind of right beside the wheel. I'm picturing the door is kind of at the back of a wagon, right?
Okay.
Is that right?
I had it at the side.
So it's at the side of the wagon. I'm still on the ground.
Train cart, not a wagon.
Up. Yeah. Right. It's a train cart. I curl up on the ground next to the door, basically.
Sure. Sounds good.
That way, I'm also guarding it, kind of.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And there's steps leading up to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the steps.
So I'd come find you, Lewis, and I'd say, Lewis, how'd you go losing your shirt?
There's blood on it.
Fair enough. I got an extra one in my pack.
There's
all right.
blood on it.
Lewis, did you get the B off you?
No.
No, you didn't.
So I'm just staring at Lewis.
Here.
I know this. What's the matter? Something happened? Someone step on your shoes?
Is Lacy asleep?
Lacy's
You
asleep.
feel these little pinches up your back and down towards your pant line.
No. There's a B on me, Carver.
Oh.
I think it's a B.
All right. And I'll walk over and I brush it off with my hat. Get.
Oh, damn it.
So, can you roll? I want to see you do an intelligence roll to see how gingerly you do it, or dexterity. What would be the closest?
Agility?
Agility. Yeah. To do it gingerly without hitting the wrong way.
5.
Yeah, no problem. It brushes off and you hear it bzzz, bzzz, and goes away.
All right. Fair enough. I get why you didn't tell Lacy that. He probably would have tried to light you on fire to get it off.
Well, he pulled his gun out when he thought
Yeah, that sounds like him. That sounds like him.
Yeah. Thank you, Carver.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Where you want to
back
stay?
to washing my shirt. What's up?
Where you want to stay tonight?
Well, could stay in that bee barrel place, but I don't want really anything to do with bees anymore. And I'm like putting on my damp shirt now.
I'm thinking that sheriff ain't probably got a pretty nice bed and ain't nobody gonna be using it. What do you say you and me do the old 1-2? Take it.
The old 1-2 in the sheriff's bed.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, 1-2 means we slip head to foot. You.
Your penises are still touching.
Yeah.
Is Buddy there? Is Buddy there?
But I don't know where Buddy is. But let's do the 1-2 in the bed. What do you say?
Let's do the 1-2. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. All right. I'm feeling better now. I'm feeling better, Carver. Now we're ready to go. Ready for a good night. 1-2.
You got this. I saw that vomit almost hit you too, so I understand that you probably.
It's been a long day, Carver. It has been a long, difficult day. How do you live out here?
All right, buddy, what are you doing?
Poorly.
Buddy would probably find a rocking chair and fall asleep almost immediately because it's been a long day.
Carver and Lewis, you're either going to go to sleep or you're going to start taking fatigue.
No, we're going to sleep. We're going just getting to
the crux of it.
Yeah,
just get to the role playing of it. No, we're heading.
I take off my shirt first.
All right. So you guys get to the sheriff's place. It's a comfortable bed. It's not down or anything like that, but it'll do.
All right.
Early morning, you start hearing some shuffling stuff outside the door.
Man, that was quick.
Lacy, you didn't get too much sleep because you kept hearing screaming every so often.
From where? From inside the car?
Yeah.
Well, actually, didn't you take heavy sleeper as one of your hindrances?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
My hindrance is.
I remember
check that.
You were looking at that. That's why I was gonna say this is maybe one of those rare circumstances that it would benefit you.
Yeah.
But never mind.
All right.
No.
And buddy, are you close to Lacy?
No, sorry, I meant I would have gone to the sheriff's place and just crashed in a rocking chair there.
Sure.
Probably by the fire or something like that.
But
how many hours
you
has
guys
it
get
been?
woken up. It's not. Probably you got 4 or 5 hours of sleep.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of past my prime. I imagine I was up around 4:30 or so to pee.
All right. Well, I'd get up. Lewis would probably already be up.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm just looking around the sheriff's place, taking it all in, seeing what he's got.
Seen anything interesting there, Lewis?
Let me just do a notice roll, Carver. Boom, I got a 5.
You're looking outside the window?
No, just looking around the sheriff's place, see if he's got any interesting documents, pictures, dollar bills.
Yeah, you'd find some money around, and you also find some documents about what he did during the war and his appointment as a sheriff, that kind of thing. There's some writing utensils that he obviously used to write to you guys. You find actually a set of irons as well.
Irons?
That ain't bad.
Like clothing irons?
Like cuffs.
Oh,
those
those
types
kind
of
of
irons.
irons. Man, we should have saved those. Okay, tonight, the old 1-2.
I agree. So you didn't find nothing too interesting?
No, nothing really. He served in the war, but everybody served in the war except for me and you.
Well, you know us. Call us draft dodgers all you want, but we're still alive, and we ain't no aged like Buddy is. Oh, I think I hear him stirring downstairs, actually.
Yeah, speaking of which.
And I head downstairs. Say, Buddy, you get fixing us some breakfast?
Pardon me, son?
Sorry, I forgot that you're... Did you get to fixing us some breakfast?
I think he heard you.
Listen, Carver. I know you're not maybe brought up right, but in my day, we respected our elders.
Shit, buddy, I respect you. I was just making a goof. Thought maybe since you got up so early, I heard you peeing in the outhouse earlier. Thought maybe you'd get to fixing us some eggs or something. You know, everybody's got to eat. Didn't mean to make no offense from it. You know me.
It's all right, Carver. Breakfast is already on the table.
I fucking knew it. You're the best, buddy. And I slap him on the back. See, that's where we got. That's why you get all you get. And I go down and start wolfing it. And I take the things off Lewis's plate that I know he doesn't eat, and I scrape the things off my plate that I know he eats.
Yes. No sausage.
And I'm all eggs. And you're all eggs.
I'm all eggs. I can eat eggs.
You hear thump, thump, thump at the door.
Jesus, what is that, Lacy? What the hell does he want? Come on in.
And you see it to be Elam standing at the door, and he's towering. He looks exhausted, big bags on his eyes, and he's wiping his hands.
That guy's a big guy. Who are you?
Carver, this is Elam. He helped Stanton last night. Elam, come inside. Come inside. There's some breakfast for you on the table.
Oh, shit. This is Lily's. And I stand up. Oh, I didn't recognize you. How are you doing, buddy?
He walks in, and he just falls into a chair. Boom.
Oh, you look tired. We got some coffee on, buddy. We got. I'll find some coffee. And I walk to the kitchen area.
Seems to me, and you notice actually at the door that came with them is the young boy that you saw earlier who went into the Bee in the Barrel, talking to the chaplain. He's standing there at the door, just waiting.
All right, and I kind of eye him and then look back over to Sheffield and say, Sheffield, you found us. I was just about to come find you.
Well, I just wanted to let you know I've done everything I can for him, and these next few hours will decide if he's going to live or not.
Was he conscious at all?
Well, he keeps coming in and out. He screams for a bit and then passes out from the pain.
Is he fit enough for a trial?
Wow. What is your name?
Shit, buddy.
My patience needs to heal before there's a trial.
Well, I'm just saying we got to
make it
ask
through
some
the
questions. Is he good enough to answer some questions?
Buddy, I think we're pretty confident that he stole the horses. If he comes out of this, don't worry, he'll be...
Oh, well, you mean I spent my entire night healing a horse thief?
No, that's not exactly... That's not 100%... Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You spent your night healing a man who has valuable information that could, like I said last night, be very important for this town to know.
He's so young.
What was he screaming last night?
He's mostly calling for his mama.
His mama?
Lacy.
Mama's mama? Mama's mama?
Speaking of the devil, where is
It looks over at Lacy. I assume, Lacy, you just joined them?
I smell bacon.
Shit, Lacy.
And I could go for a coffee. And actually, before I walked in, though...
He stands up as soon as Lacy gets there because he heard you laugh. And he stands up and looks at you and says... Looks you up and down. He's a good 1.5 feet taller than you, Lacy. I think I'd cry for my mom if I had to go through as much pain as that poor kid did.
Carver, how we doing on that coffee?
Coffee's just about to be finished. Boys, I think there's a lot of misunderstandings going on here. Lacy wasn't laughing at that. He was laughing at a joke I told him earlier. Ain't that right, Lacy?
Darn fucking right. And I go... And I throw a big loogie on the floor and I say, you ain't no pain, bitch. And I pull out my gun. I say, you feel pain?
All right, Lacy. All right. And I just casually do what the chaplain did to his gun and just kind of put it down again. All right. Okay, listen. Sheffield helped us a lot last night, Lacy. He healed up that Stanton boy, so we can question him. Everything's going to be great. Sheffield,
Well, thank you, then. Is it Sheffield?
It's Sheffield.
Well, thank you, Sheffield. We need people like you. Anyways, like I was saying, is there coffee around here? I get kind of cranky in the morning without coffee.
Listen, Lacy. Coffee in the kitchen. Help yourself. You make sure you clean up the dishes after everyone. You were here
Thank
late.
you, buddy.
And I'm going to pat the little boy on the head as I walk by him, and I'm going to head towards the sheriff and take a look and see what's going on with the sheriff.
Now, that said, I want to just go back to when I was sleeping outside, Marshal. Did I happen to see anybody headed to the mines or coming from the mines, in the early mornings?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the earliest risers were the people going to work in the mines, bringing their pickaxes and tools with them.
And that's what I wanted to bring up. So I go to get a coffee, and I'll come back out and say, now, when I was sleeping out by Cole there, who was in the trailer lock house, that is, for those who just joined us, Sheffield, I saw a lot of people heading down to that Ghost Rock mine. How long's that been around here anyways, Elam?
Well, the mine, I'm exhausted. They see the mine's been here since they found gold originally. Wasn't very lucrative endeavor. Later on enough, they found Ghost Rock, and that's what brought the railroads. Probably 10 years past now.
I hand him a cup of coffee as he's talking.
He kind of nods to you and says, "Thank you very much, Carver." Lewis, I came here to talk to you. I just wanted you to know the patient, he pulled through the night, and you'll be able to talk to him in a few hours if he makes it. I do need to get some rest.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to spend the day here, sleep here, you're more than welcome to, but I'm just surprised and impressed that you made the trip yourself.
I would do it for any of you guys, too, I hope you know. It's my calling. I'm a healer. He drinks the coffee and says, "Good day, gentlemen," and he walks out.
Yeah, shit, Sheffield, thanks a lot, man. You're a good guy.
Did he answer my question?
And did the boy leave?
The boy did follow him. He seems to be underfoot with him, kind of skipping around him and following along.
You know that kid, Lacy?
Do I know that kid, Marshal?
No, you don't. You don't recognize him.
No, don't even recognize him.
I mean, you recognize him from the night before when you saw him with the chaplain.
Wow.
Oh, really?
That chaplain is...
Yeah,
not last night when you went and saw him, the day before, I should say.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, that kid, yes.
Must be Paige or something. Say, where'd Buddy get off to? Did he go? He checked out the...
That's right.
Where'd he head off?
Back.
Buddy,
you meet up with him?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking, Lacy, maybe you go follow Buddy with Cole. Lewis, I wouldn't mind going to see if we could speak to Stanton. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
So you guys want to go talk to Cole as well?
Yeah.
No,
unless did he say that you really can't speak to Stanton yet?
Stanson? He said in a few hours he'll be able to talk to him if he pulls through.
All right, then. I don't know.
But yeah, you guys can walk towards town at least. Get closer.
We'll meet. We'll catch up with you, Lacy. We'll catch up with you.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Buddy, you walk up to where the sheriff's being held, and he's looks like he's passed out. It's starting to get a little hot. You hear him panting almost.
All right. Well, is there a spot to get some water or anything for him?
Yeah, there's a trough nearby.
I am the gatekeeper.
No.
The keymaster.
I imagine I would have walked over with my coffee still in hand.
Yeah.
So I'll dump it out, get some water from the trough, and I'll put it on the edge where the sheriff can reach it. And then I will call to him. Cole.
Immediately he stands up, puts his back against the far wall, keeps breathing like that.
Listen, Cole, I got you some water. I imagine you need some.
Nothing. You're getting nothing from him. Just this blank look at almost as if he's not a human anymore. He can't even get that sense of a soul behind his eyes.
Then I guess what I'll do is treat him like any other animal you would with rabies. And I'll start drawing my gun.
Okay.
Listen, Cole, you and I, we spent a lot of time in the war. We've seen things. And though I never wanted things to be like this, you know as well as I do, the only way that this could go down.
If you shoot the sheriff, you sure as shit can't shoot the deputy.
Lacy, you pull up to see Buddy loading his rifle and talking to Stanson.
I was really hoping that I was going to hear this.
Lacy, the voice of reason?
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Now hold on there, buddy, because I see him. Buddy, if there's any shooting to be done, it's got to be me that does it. Because I need to shoot somebody. Now,
Settle down, Lacy.
I'm calm.
If there's anyone that's going to do this, it should be me.
I'm calm, buddy, but the problem is, I hate saying this, but I don't think we should shoot him. What the fuck is wrong with you, Lacy? But really.
All right.
You know,
what would you do with an animal?
Let it suffer in the cage. Duh. Gah. I say we go pull Chaplain out of bed.
As you're aiming, you do notice that there is, and especially when Lacy's doing his Lacy thing, you notice there's a lot of people starting to watch and acknowledge the fact that you're aiming at the sheriff, because they heard him all night. They know who's in there. It's got around town. There's some people watching here at this point.
Y'all back to business now. Wait.
They're not ignoring you. I mean, sorry, they're not listening to you, Lacy. They're keen on watching what Buddy does next.
Okay. And
so I noticed the crowd gathering around.
Yep.
Listen, people.
Oh,
Sheriff Cole and I have been friends for a long time. He asked me here to come help you people out. Now, I know some of you spent the night listening to the sheriff cry out in pain, wails of confusion. Now, I don't think any of you that know the sheriff would want him living like this. I know he wouldn't want to live like this. There's no doubt in my mind that Sheriff Cole's a good man, but I don't believe he is any longer Sheriff Cole.
And I say, turn to Buddy. Sorry. Finish off what you were going to say.
I'm sure some of you have owned dogs that you've loved before that have got rabies.
Sheriff Cole's not a dog.
And I turn to Buddy and I say, Buddy, I got it. And I turn to the crowd and say, come on, see the crazy sheriff. Come and look. And I turn back to Buddy and I say, I got a plan. We might just find out what's going on here. Get to the bottom of this. Come on, see the great and powerful sheriff.
You can see there's a sort of sad tension in the crowd. They're afraid of you guys because since you guys have arrived, their sheriff has been turned into some sort of lunatic that you've locked up. And now you're threatening to shoot him, saying that that's what he wanted. And they're not really sure. I mean, this is someone that is a fixture in the town, someone who's reasonable and good and looks after the people, and you're willing to shoot him. Someone comes up to you and says, that sheriff has saved my neck a few times. I mean, he's down there in the mines with us. If there's a collapse, he's protected us from bandits, and you're just going to shoot him. He's been like this just one night. We must give him a little bit more time.
And how much time do you propose?
Has Elam looked at him? Have you got the chaplain yet?
We talked to the Padre last night. He said he'd be here in the morning.
And yet he didn't come. Damn.
The chaplain takes some time waking up in the morning.
Listen, you heard the sheriff screaming in the night. Now tell me it's an isolated incident. Has anyone else experienced anything like this?
And you hear some people, mumble amongst themselves, and you hear some people kind of have a... You get the impression that some people have some stories to tell, and you could probably isolate a few if you want to.
So I'll show them that I'm unloading the Winchester.
Someone comes up to her. I've seen people go crazy before. The miners go crazy if they stay down there too long with the ghost rock. I've seen that. Another one comes up and says, maybe it's cholera. We lost a whole town not 2 miles down the railroad. A small community died from bad water.
All right, now I'm going to look around the crowd and see if there's any kids there, any young kids.
No one too young.
All right.
There's not a lot of young people in the
pick
town.
out someone from the crowd and say, listen, I want to take the time to hear your stories. So what we're going to do, because the sheriff has a building or an office or something.
Yep.
We'll go in there and we'll talk this out. You there, I want you to go Sheriff Cole's house and grab Carver and Lewis. They need to be a part of this too. They are all deputies.
He nods and he runs off. He runs off. And let's go to Carver. As you start organizing things, Buddy, around there, Carver and Buddy, someone does knock on the door.
Well, we would have been gone because
So
we were going to Stanson's house. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they knock on the door and no one's there. So Stanson.
Well, hold on. We might be back. I don't know yet. Because what we would be doing is this time they left, we left for Stanson, and now they've been gone for like 20 minutes. So
it's not a big town, right? It's a pretty small town if you think about it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to Stanson's and see what's up first, or the Sheffield's, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing I wanted to tell Carver as we're walking down there is, all right, now Sheffield's place is, I don't know if you'll notice when you get in, but there's one type of plant that he uses a lot. I don't know what it is. Maybe you'll recognize it, but keep your eyes open for that.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Say, what are we going to ask the Stanson kid if we get him to talk?
Oh, we're going to ask him who hired him. We're going to ask him how much they paid him, how they contacted him, whether or not there's anybody else in town who he's contacted or was working with, what his plans are, if he knows.
We should also ask him to mute his phone if he has one.
Yeah, if he has a phone. I find that phones get real.
One of those new ghost rock gizmos.
Many apologies.
So yeah, we're gonna go to Sheffield's house and knock. Did Sheffield go back home, or did he sleep at the sheriff's?
He's staying on the operation table inside Elam's. Oh, Sheffield. Sorry, Sheffield went back home, so he's in the middle of the two, the Apothecary and the Blacksmith.
Right.
On second thought, Carver, you sure we want to wake him back up?
I don't want to wake up Sheffield. I just want to speak to the boy. And I open the door. Look, I think we're quiet enough. I think we're good enough with Sheffield. I think he'd understand if we came in and tried to speak with the boy without waking him up. What you think?
I think he's a big man.
Yeah, I'll talk him down. And I'll step into the room.
I'll wait outside.
And I go over to the boy on the table.
See the sunlight coming in the room, and you see some dust in the sunlight, and you see all the plants, and it's very aromatic. You smell all these herbs and different things in the air.
Shit, Sheffield, botanist. And I walk over to the kid on the table. Hey, wake up.
You see him sweat on his brow, and you see he's pale to the face. His eyes flicker. Ah, my stomach!
That's all right. Look, you're all right. Someone hit you, but you're all right now. I got to ask you some questions. You got to answer so we can help you, all right?
Laudanum. I need laudanum.
Yeah, well, I can get you her in a second, but I need some answers first.
Laudanum, the drug. I need the drug.
Now, I don't know her name. Is she a whore? Look, it don't matter. I'm trying to get some answers. You want to hang by the neck? You stole horses, kid.
I'll tell you answers. Just get me something for the pain.
No, you... Don't you get this? You're dead. You're fucking dead. I need answers. I don't know where Latinum is, and I don't know her name. What's her real name? Maybe I can find her.
What do you need to know? I'll tell you. Just get away from me.
Yeah, all right, fine. Look, who are you working for? When we came up, you were flashing a signal in the night, trying to sell the horses. Who? To whom?
If I tell you, I walk free, right?
Look, I can't promise you anything. What I can tell you is that if you don't tell me, you are going to die a very painful death. That is fact. The only way you have any other option besides doing that is by telling me what I need to know.
So, Lewis, at the door, you kind of hear the screaming of the kid a little bit in pain, and you're kind of nervous about the noise that's coming in. Door is open, so you're standing outside.
Yeah.
Carver, he looks at you. He says, if I tell you, I'm for sure dead.
No, no, no. If you don't tell me, you're for sure dead. That's the only option you have. And I'll roll persuade. Because that is his only option. He's going to hang if he doesn't say nothing. Persuasion, 11.
Nice.
I'm not very smart, and I'm not very handy, so I can't find work very easy.
All right.
These gentlemen, they approached me and they said they needed horses, and well, before that they needed certain things, and I was getting it for them. I was stealing like tools, nothing, not like a horse.
What kind of tools?
Whether it's a rifle here or a pitchfork there, or things they need. It seems like they're camping out and they needed things.
What's the group's name?
They call themselves the Cowboys.
Well, that's not very clever. All right, how'd they get in touch with you?
They saw that I was suffering, and they approached me, and they just happened to be in town that day.
All right, all right. What were they going to pay you for the horses?
Not much. Well under their worth, probably $20 if I was lucky.
All right.
You know that the horses are probably worth $200 easy.
I know. I bought mine. Jesus, they're expensive. Stanson, why did you do it? This doesn't make any sense. And why'd they fire at you?
Do another persuasion roll to give you more information.
All right.
To give you more
8.
information. Maybe.
They're planning a heist.
They're planning a
It's not
heist.
the first time the payroll's been lifted. It's coming in a couple days. They need horses to keep up with the trains, board the trains, and make way with the money.
All right. Why'd they attack you? Why'd they kill you? Why'd they shoot you in the belly?
They saw me with you guys, and they didn't want this to happen. Figured they could kill me and cut their losses.
All right. When's the train coming? What's the name?
Name of what? The train? It's on one rail.
Yeah, we would
It's
know.
one rail. Yeah, it'll be coming. I don't know that much details. What I can tell you is that it's just like every other payroll. There'll be a cart with a few passengers, few workers coming into town, and then the furthest from the engine will have the payroll in it.
All right.
If I'm well, I can draw you what I remember it to be. But you got to promise me I won't hang. I had no choice.
Listen.
Tell you, they would have killed me if I didn't do this.
All right, all right. Give me a name, though. Who's the ringleader? Anybody in town we know? I need some names, real quick.
They always wore those bandanas around their faces.
Yeah,
I did talk to one man, and he seemed to be in charge. Didn't get a name, though.
Any distinctive characters, the way he walked, sound of his voice, scar on his face?
Well, his hat's got that certain hole in it around the brim. It's as much as I can remember. And you can see him, he's starting to lose it a little bit.
Listen. Anything else you can tell me? Anything else at all that's going to be useful to this with an 11?
Well, I saw at least 4 of them. And I can tell you, as you noticed, they're good shots.
So
I don't think at least 4 of them. The amount of tools I kept getting them and supplies, though, it could be more.
You know where they hole up?
I imagine it's in the wild, just outside of town. They met me in that location. I signaled them, and that's where we'd always meet.
Any specific place outside town that you think?
Well, I know it's to the east and to the south. That's as much as I can tell you.
Anyone else know about them? Anyone else working for them in town?
Cowboy Gang is a well-known gang. They've been hassling the railroads for some time now. Everybody would have heard of them.
Did you have a red bandana? Did they give you a red bandana?
He says, no, I didn't get one. I wasn't part of the gang. I was just trying to make a living.
Do you know where they get them?
The red bandanas, guess as good as mine.
Fair enough. All right, you sleep now.
Bear them, Carver, you know that he hasn't seen the gold cross on the inside of the bandana before, right? He's only seen the outside.
What?
He's never seen the golden cross that's been woven into it.
Oh, okay. So
right, because that's on the inside of the bandana. They wear it.
Right. Did we take those from the corpse?
You took one.
Okay, good. I thought so. All right. And I put my hand on
He
his
starts
chest.
to pass out, you can tell. Get me the laudanum.
Yeah, I'll get her name. And I walk out past a bottle of laudanum on the counter.
Hey, Carver, I think something's going on down the street.
Why you think that? And I leave, and I kind of shut the door quietly behind me. Hey, he gave me lots of information. Why you think something's going on?
There's a crowd gathering, see? Around the sheriff's cart.
Sure enough, there's a crowd around the sheriff's cart. And it seems like they're lining up a little bit, just outside the sheriff's doors.
All right, let's head over yonder. And I tell Lewis everything I heard from the guy.
Okay.
You step outside to hear me going, come on, see the crazy old sheriff. Come on down, $5 a pop. That's 5 cents a pop.
As you're walking down the street, Carver, people are whispering about you.
About me?
About you, and
Shit.
kind of a bad look. Same with Lacy, same with, well, Buddy not right now, but same with Lewis and Lacy. They're kind of scared of you guys.
I always assume it's good when the whispering say, "Hey, don't be shy. New deputy in town. My best friend Lewis here. Any questions, you come. We're always willing to hear."
Way you go.
And I take out my gun and I twirl it a little bit. Anybody interested? Anybody want to find something fun? You come on my way. And then we get to the crowd and I start seeing their faces being angrier and I say, "Oh shit. Wait a minute." And I turn to Lewis. Did we just leave Lacy with Buddy?
I think that's exactly what we just did, yeah.
Do you know the definition of a stupid plan? Because I think we just found it.
We better get in there before they do more damage.
Yeah.
And I see Carver and Lewis coming down the street, and I think this is the perfect time for me to jump out and go find the chaplain.
And I do this as I get up close and I take off my badge. I take off my hat and I slip into the crowd.
Okay, go do a stealth roll or something for me here.
All right. As soon as I can get this up. There we go. Half-ass. Stealth roll?
Yeah.
Oh, D4 plus 6. This ain't great. Oh!
Are you trained in it?
I am.
All right, roll the d6 again.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Are you my mother?
Lewis turns to say something to Carver.
And Carver's gone.
Well, I kind of tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, I'm gonna bring it down a bit. Don't worry. Just play dumb. And
Carver, as you're going, you pick up a pitchfork and you grab a hat that's lying there and you switch hats and you put some mud on your face and you fit right in. You're standing there and you're overhearing what people are saying about you.
And what are they saying?
They wanted to shoot a sheriff. Cole's a good man. These guys are trying to take over our town.
Shit.
They probably were the ones who poisoned him.
Oh, man, but I don't know. And I start making a scene. And I go to stand up sort of at the front of the mob. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, look, we've been in here for a long time. These men came in. We ain't giving them a fair chance. Look, I ain't saying that we don't have cause for alarm. That's not what I ain't saying. But come on, this ain't the kind of town that lines up and makes some sort of query like some sort of professionals. Look, let's pick one person.
Wait a minute, I know it's you. I know it's familiar.
Let's pick one person, okay? Well, let's a committee, okay? Well, that's what we are. We're a committee. Let's pick two people or one person to represent our thoughts. Who's the best? Who here you think could represent us?
Well, we're all lining up now to talk to the guy who's going to shoot our sheriff and tell him why it's too quick a judgment. We need to talk to him.
Yeah, of course, but we don't all need to. Look, we're all unanimous, right? We don't want him to shoot our sheriff, so let's pick one. Say, who's the oldest, most mature member? What's his name?
And you see everyone kind of turn their heads, looking towards one member in the crowd.
Oh, when I was going to say, and then I come back with the chaplain.
Oh, perfect. Ah, yes, the chaplain.
Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, as a man of the cloth and a man of faith, I think that we should all lament our opinions to the beautiful chaplain. Let him speak for our voices. Let him speak sense into these new deputies. For I trust their decision, and I trust the chaplain. I think it would be the best and most wise decision for us to go about our days and trust in the faith of God.
You hear that, you realize who they were actually gesturing towards is kind of a gruff-looking guy.
Yeah, and I ignore him, and I go to the chaplain.
I said, yeah, it's fine. But that guy who was gruff kind of walks over to you guys. The name's Henry O'Toole. He reaches a hand out to shake a hand.
Yeah, of course, and I think Henry and the chaplain should be the two that act as our enforcers of our will. What do y'all say?
That chaplain's as crazy as an outhouse rat. I don't think he's allowed to be talking.
Say, now listen, Henry, he might be crazy, but he's a man of faith, and unless you are not a man of faith, you would trust in God's almighty opinion.
Now, is Henry old to this town? Like
you get the impression that he's Irish. He's got an Irish accent, so he would be against this Protestant church. He wouldn't really follow the faith that much.
So, but is this someone I would have known from a long time ago, or we would have known?
No, he's new.
Okay. Okay.
He says, guys, gentlemen, I have some business to talk to with the new deputies anyways. I think I'm the one to talk to them.
And I lean over to Henry before Lacy, because I'm trying to put out a fire, and I say, Henry, I understand. I think these deputies are feeling a bit backed against the wall. Now, I saw that the sheriff did call and write to them and invite them in. But I think right now, if we all approach them in a mob mentality, nothing here is going to end well. You must agree with that. Can I persuade?
Yeah, you can try.
5.
Now, I do want to point out, I don't know if you guys already said, Kenneth spent some XP to give Carver a red chip.
Oh, nice! And I'm going to use it. What do the reds do again?
They allow you to add D6 to your roll, but I get an extra chip.
Yeah, I'll risk it.
Well, you were successful.
Or you can use it as a white chip. Just
well, I have enough whites right now. Oh, you know what? I have a white. I'll spend a white to reroll. Because that was only a 5, right?
Yeah, which is enough.
Well, I want to... Okay,
but oh, I didn't see that. Okay, so now you got a 5.
Okay, it was a 5.
All right. So you used a white just now, is that right?
Yeah, I did. So I have 3 whites and a red left.
So, Henry O'Toole, are you convincing him or are you convincing Lacy?
I'm convincing Henry at the moment. Lacy, I'm just hoping to talk quickly. Henry, I'm trying to convince to get on my side to disband the mob so that at least one person can represent the deputies.
He nods, he turns around and he says, ladies and gentlemen, I will talk for you. I know what's best for this town. And you see a couple guys nodding. A couple of the workers that you see probably are miners. And some of the crowd seems satisfied with that, and they start dispersing. And Henry starts walking towards the sheriff's office.
And I follow, and I take down, I stop, and I go, say, I swear in another life I talked down miners in another...
This feels all so familiar.
It feels all so familiar. And I follow. I follow Henry O'Toole. And I shut the door behind us once we're... Oh, no, we're not in any place, so I just follow.
All right. So, we're going to do the minute to win it, but it's not minute to win it. What are we calling it?
The mid-game post!
Mid-game post.
Draw! Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do the mid-game post. That's right. That means we are going to ask you to comment with a phrase. The first 3 people who comment with said phrase are going to get 5 XP each. And the person who comments the 20th time is also going to get 5 XP.
Why don't we roll 2 20 die, and then we'll pick those 2 numbers. So whoever comments number...
We'll do 1, 2, 3, and we'll do 20.
Fine.
Well, good suggestion, Alex. We're not doing it. So, today's phrase to beat is going to be quick draw. That's right. I'm going to post it in a second. The first 3 people to post quick draw, and number 20 to post quick draw is going to do it. Now, I'm going to do it in a moment. Here we go. And now remember, you have to write quick draw exactly as is to qualify, and it is posting in 3, 2, 1. posted.
I wish I could play the banjo.
I wish you could too.
No. Oh, I wish I had a banjo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to refresh this page to see who our first 3 winners are going to be. Looks like we already got number 1 and 2, ladies and and 3. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, number 1, 2, and 3 are Aisha Lyle, Chris Lawrence, and Ken Nelson. Hey! You each receive 5 XP for our mid-game post. That's right, but the real mystery lies in who's going to get the fabled number 20. I think at one point we should double the XP for 20 so people are making it even more competitive and difficult to try to get there. But let's see. Counting live, we got now, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now they can repost, right?
Oh yeah, you can repost as many times as you want. You just can't win the 20th if you won in number 1, 2, or 3.
And you gotta make sure you say the catchphrase right.
And you have to say quick draw. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're getting there. 13 for Austin Jones on the second time. 14, David Iondi. Did I say 14 or 13?
Chris Jones has been playing well in this quarter.
Yeah, he's okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, some people didn't say quick draw. That's what happened last time. 1, 2, fuck off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Mr. David Ionati. Hope I said your name right. Iondi? No?
Ionati.
Ionati, I'm so sorry. So there we go. Aisha, Chris, Ken, and David, you each win 5 XP redeemable immediately in the stream. Thank you so much for playing the mid-game post. Ooh, that was fun. Quick draw was a good one too because let me just say, everyone here commented. They said, "Oh, say all this stuff," and then I just read the first one. I realized it was Justin's after. But quick draw, I think, is a good one because it's nice and short, and it's fitting because it literally is quick draw.
That's not why I posted it. It wasn't a suggestion. I don't know why. I just felt like writing quick draw in chat.
Well, I liked it. I think it worked really well. So
I was taking a pee and I just kept hearing 1, 2, 3. Oh shit! 1, 2, 3. Oh shit! 1, 2, 3. Oh shit! 1, 2, 3, 4.
So there you go. Aisha, Chris, Ken, and David, well done. You guys.
Fantastic.
All right, and without further ado, back to the game, Mr.
Okay, so Mr. O'Toole, who's the dream sequence. Mr. O'Toole, who happens to be the foreman for the miners, walks up to the door, enters. Buddy, you were talking to a gentleman, but he just interrupts right away. Excuse me. I'll take over from here. The guy looks at him and recognizes him and kind of, almost afraid, leaves the room.
And he sees me follow in and put on the hat right behind him, and then kind of turn around to the desk and stand next to Buddy and Lacy.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
My name's Mr. Henry O'Toole, and it's kind of looking at Carver, trying to figure things out. And then he figures it out. He goes back into what he's saying. He goes, "Gentlemen, to tell you the truth, I liked Cole Ferguson. He was a good sheriff. He did his job well. All except for on a few occasions which he did rub me the wrong way. Not 2 weeks ago, we missed our payroll, and that's really what the problem is here. How can you promise me that my men are going to be paid in a few days? The sheriff is dead. Can I trust you?"
That's the problem here. You only care about being paid. We're talking about. Have you looked at him yet? And I point to the cage.
Now, Carver. Before you start yipping yapping.
Before you start yipper yapping, Lacy, as I hear your name is, I got about 40 men down there, and they depend on this payroll. They drink most of it away. They start getting hungry and thirsty when their payroll doesn't come in. You're going to have more problems than just a missing payroll if they do not get paid. If you catch my drift.
I do catch your drift, mister. And I would say if they're your men, then you're in charge.
Well, I'm in charge of their work, and they work hard and they earn their money.
I have no doubt. But I would say if you're in charge and we have problems with your men, then you'll be the one held responsible. Now, let's sit down and see what we can do about this, shall we?
Are you threatening me, sir?
All right. Hold on, everybody. We're getting off on the wrong... The whole point of doing this one-on-one, Mr. Henry and Buddy, it was to get rid of the mob mentality. Look, no one here is against anybody. Henry,
you know what?
You're
Lacey,
right. Shut up. Hold on.
No, you're right. You're right, Carver.
For fuck's sake. Lacey, listen. All I'm saying is, let's start off with this. Henry, the reason this is all about is look at that man there in that cart. Before we go in all this, look at him. Have you seen something like that before?
I've seen some men go crazy from the Ghost Rock before, yeah.
All right. Now, payroll
also, I'm seeing more and more things around here as of late.
All right, well, that's priority number one. That's the whole reason we're talking about killing the fucking sheriff. Payroll, of course. Look, if we don't have to kill him, that's the goal. All I'm saying is let's get on the same page. Let's lay our cards out. Open hand, boys. All right? Buddy is afraid of, or not afraid, sorry, Buddy. He's nervous about the sheriff because he looks like he's off his rocker. I tend to agree. We can make sure payroll hands to your guys, of course. But as Buddy said, let's all sit down. There's no reason to get up in everybody's business, and that goes for Buddy. That goes for everybody.
So he pulls a chair and he sits down. Carver, it sounds like you're skirting the question. Let's shoot straight here. Are you going to be able to protect the payroll? My man could be paid on...
Yeah. Now, you ever heard about the Cowboys?
Yeah, I heard of the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, they're
bastards who robbed us last time.
Yeah, well, they're looking to knock over the payroll again. We got details. Look, we've been here for 1 day, and we're already trying to put out the fire of the next payroll being robbed. So believe me, we are on it. That being said, priority number one is the fucking insane sheriff who's off his rocker in the goddamn train next to you. We just want to make sure that this doesn't happen to every single person in your town.
Now, may I say something here, Carver?
Yeah.
And excuse me, because I'm a bit crazy sometimes, but Mr. O'Toole here doesn't seem to understand who the law is. That's us. Now, he's in it for his own interests. Is that right, Carver? Buddy, Lewis, Mr. O'Toole here is in this for his own interests, and not necessarily for those of the town.
He's not just in his own interest. He's got men he's got to look after. He's looking after his men.
But he needs to know the law.
The law is not to shoot our sheriff.
Agreed.
The way I see it is that you say that people have been sick. People have been acting strangely. I want to know more about that. I want to know more about how this town has been changing since the last time I was here many years ago.
That's right. That's priority number one as deputies. We're making sure that everyone's safe. That includes your payroll. That includes the sheriff here. But what do you know?
Well, if we're talking about the Ghost Rock, I know a lot. Suspicious folks will tell you that it's the trapped souls of the damned in there. I can tell you it's just some fuel. But this noise it makes when you burn it does sound an awful lot like screaming. Now, men, when they get down in the earth for a long time, they're around that stone for a long time, they start getting a little weird. Now, I've never seen anything like that out there. That's beyond what I think the Ghost Rock is capable of, but I think there are things in this world that are more than capable of turning a man to that.
I'd agree with that, but we want to make sure that it don't happen. So you thinking that maybe the Ghost Rock has something to do with this, and I got to say that the reason the sheriff is off his rocker is because he was stung by a stingwing or whatever the fuck they're called.
Either that or it's the Ghost Rock.
Now, I'm not saying it's
the bee roaches you're talking about.
The bee roaches. Now he's got.
Well, they've been around here for longer than the Ghost Rock has. I couldn't see them being harmful. But if you want to talk to someone about that, you go talk to Mr. Holton himself.
All right.
Mr. Holton, he's he's in charge of the farm up there, and he's most of the brewing for the mead and the whiskey that comes from the honey, and he knows damn near everything about insects. He's someone you should talk to.
All right. No, very fair. Now, look, we're going to make sure your boys are paid on time. We're going to make sure that the sheriff whatever ends up happening to him is the right course of action. Can we count on your support depending on his reaction to what we're putting?
I'm here for one purpose. I've been put here by the company in order to ensure that this mine is as profitable as possible. Now, let's be clear, I care about my men, I care about this town, but I also have a job to do. If you go around killing the sheriff in broad daylight in front of other people, you're going to have a hell of a mess on your hands. You're not going to be able to control this town, and we're going to get no work done. I care about Cole Ferguson. He's a good man. He's looked after me very well. But do not kill him in front of all these people.
We can concede to that. He's a friend of all of us. And I think Buddy, in his wisdom, was hoping to be doing Cole a favor and putting him down. However, based on the circumstances, I think we can all agree that putting him down would at the very least reflect very poorly on the way the people are meant to be respecting us, as Lacy put forth. We're going to make sure that nobody robs the payroll. So we're going to make sure that you guys stay paid. All right? And we're going to investigate exactly what's going on with the sheriff, and we're going to make sure that the cowboys are brought to justice. But we just want to make sure that we can count on you.
Count on me to do what?
To help us process the law in this regard.
I will abide by the law as long as the law does its job.
And that's what I'm saying, Mr. O'Toole. You obviously hold a lot of influence. You got to talk down an entire mob by doing a parlay with us. All I'm saying is...
He grabs his hat off the table and he says, our payroll comes in 2 nights' time. You'll have my confidence.
Very well.
What direction does it come from?
Well, it comes from the east. That's where we ship the ghost rock out that way. Makes its way to the main track, then it moves its way up north, up to east of Salt Lake City there, where Mr. Hellstrom, he uses it for all his gizmos and gadgets that he's working on. They send the money down here, and the process starts over again.
How long do you think it would take for you to get a letter out to your company?
Unfortunately, that payroll car also carries our mail. There's not a lot of tracks going in and out of this place.
All right, I guess there's no sense in sending a letter to tell them that there might be a problem in...
Well, the payroll's already on its way. It's quite a journey.
Well, that was...
payroll's already on its way?
Carver was coming in 2 nights' time, that's right.
2 nights' time.
Carver was talking a little bit about the Cowboys. What else can you tell us about them? You don't know much about them, eh?
Well, I know that when we were first laying the track to this town, they were the ones who kept trying to interrupt it. They'd rob us, they'd destroy track, and no real reason I can tell, except for maybe they work for one of the other railroads, bent on stopping our progress. Whenever you deal with Ghost Rock, there's always going to be the scum who's trying to gain without putting any work into it.
Just as a side note, his hat doesn't have any holes in it, does it?
No. Okay. No, his hat doesn't. He actually has more of a bowler's type hat, a little finer brim, a little cheaper hat to tell you the truth. You can tell he can't really afford a nicer hat.
Just figure out to ask, just in case.
Looks like this.
That's right.
No, a bowler hat, not a bowling hat.
So he, if there's anything else, gentlemen.
Yeah, I got a couple questions for you, O'Toole.
Yes,
you know the lay of the land pretty well?
I'd say I know the mine, I know the rails. What do you need?
Well, I don't know. Do we have any maps around here of the land? I'm looking to see where the train was ambushed last time, and whether or not you think that's a good spot to hit again, or you think there's another spot they might try.
I think it'd be pretty foolish of anyone to attack in the same location.
Yet if they went unchallenged last time, why not?
That's fair enough. I'll tell you what, I'll go talk to some of my prospectors and see if they still have some of the old maps that we had when we were laying the tracks down, and I'll get that back to you. I'll mark exactly where they attacked.
Say, were you there around when they did rob the train last time?
Was I working in the mine, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here since then.
Did you hear about how they did it?
Yeah, it said they routed up with, first time they did it, they had signals. A red signal for the train to stop. That's emergency. If the rails are down, we have to signal, right?
Mm.
When the train came to a stop, they hopped on, guns held up everyone inside, took all their valuables, moved their way to the back of the train, shot the one-armed guard who wasn't really worth his money anyways, and took everything.
Were they pile them in bags and just ride off?
They took, yeah, exactly. They took as much as they could. It was a quick job, as what I heard. People were scared out of their minds.
They used dynamite to get to the safe?
No, they, I don't know, they must have convinced the guy, the yellow-bellied bastard, to open it up before they got in.
Interesting. Fair
It wouldn't
enough.
be surprising if they used ghost rock in the future to blow open a safe. That could be done.
This is my question. Well, what? Tell me about ghost rock again. What ghost rock? You guys know about ghost rock?
What do you want to know, Lacey? The stuff burns hotter than anything, I can tell you.
Well,
Hotter than hell itself, and it burns at such a temperature that we're able to craft with metal in ways we couldn't before.
but it seems
Lily would know
dark.
more about that. I mean, Miss Turner would know more about that.
And it's worth all the men's lives?
It's worth more than my life, I can tell you that.
It's a rock.
It's very valuable rock. It's thanks to that rock that we've seen all the progress the past few years.
But it's driving people mad? I mean, you'd be surprised for me to know that, but...
Lacey, people get a little crazy when they're in the earth for a long time. I don't know if it's the fumes from the ghost rock burning. I don't know if it's from being in the mines themselves. But yeah, they seem to go a little crazy.
If you see anybody else, any of your men that start acting like him, and I point to the sheriff, or him, and I point to Lacey, you let us know. We want to keep a watchful eye on people like
If I
this.
see anyone looking like him, I can tell you I'm going to fill him full of lead. If I see anyone working
You
with...
talking about full lead, boy?
All right,
Oh my gun.
Take
They
it easy.
pointed towards Lacey, and he says, if I see anyone acting like him, he's getting a one-way ticket out of this town, because I don't want anyone like that working on my mines.
Henry, with respect, we are the law. You don't exile people from the town. You don't fill them for a lead. If you see someone acting like that, you bring them to us. I'm willing to make you and help you do your work, but at the same time, you got to respect the law, and we are it now, as that's the sheriff.
What do you think happens to people when they don't find work in this town?
I assume they leave.
Well, at least we'll give them the one-way ticket. And he nods to you, and he kind of leaves. I'll tell you if I find anyone like that. He walks out.
Well, what do you guys think?
How many cells we got in this joint?
One. I'm thinking we need to relocate for sure. Having a prisoner like this on display for the whole goddamn town ain't exactly smart. Especially,
Not to mention if someone else gets infected or whatever it is,
yeah.
we got no place to put them. Maybe we can put them with the sheriff, but I wouldn't want to see that play out.
Say, buddy, how long you think it would take to erect a building of sorts? Some sort of cell. If we, hired a number of men to do it.
We could do it in a day.
I'm thinking maybe I wouldn't mind a little bit of better base of operations, so to speak. Something that actually acts as a place where we can converse, not out in the open under the sun with a goddamn train cart is its only jail cell. Bit Mickey Mouse for me.
Are there any basements for any of these houses?
I don't
No,
think
none
they
of these
do.
places have basements.
basements.
I mean, the floors are literally just planks laid on top of the muddy ground.
Right.
Let's
okay.
take him with us. He might just come in handy. Why don't we pull him up with the horses out to the train tracks while we stop the hijackers?
Well, hold on now. The hijackers are coming for 2 days, Lacey. What are you talking about? I'm saying,
Good thinking there, Carver, actually.
look. Cole hired us as 4 deputies from 1 sheriff because the town was running amok, all right? 1 cell, regardless of whether or not what happens with us, ain't going to be enough to warrant the what we've seen of late. I think we need to start working towards some sort of building that's more substantial. It's actually going to house more than 1 person.
I
Now,
agree.
it ain't necessarily priority number 1, but it also doesn't have to be our priority. We're the deputies now. I say we assign a few people, good builders, carpenters of the town. We'll pay them a fair day's wage. We can subsidize our own wages, or I'm sure the town's got to have some sort of pot for this type of stuff. Work towards building some sort of jail cell. What do y'all think?
I look to Buddy.
Well, I'd just be more concerned about where we're getting the resources.
the wood and things like that.
No,
Why don't we-
and the money to pay these fine folk.
Well, I agree, and don't know the ins and outs of counting. I don't even know who the mayor is in this place, so I don't quite know. All I know is this Mickey Mouse rinky-dink cell can't work for any of us.
How much money did we find in the sheriff's house, Chris?
Maybe a couple days' wages, maybe $50.
Okay.
Now, Mr. O'Toole did mention someone else to talk to about the Ghost Rock.
Yeah, Holton. Well,
I
Holton.
imagine we should go give him a visit.
Well, sorry.
Let's do it.
Holton was the bee roaches. I think he said who was
right.
the Ghost Rock person?
Some lady.
Lily Turner, Mrs. Turner.
Turner.
Oh, she knows
She's a
about
blacksmith, so she would know most about that type of thing.
it.
She the
Right.
one that... No, she's the apothecary. Who's the apothecary?
Her husband.
Elam Turner.
Oh, that is her. Okay.
Well, Ghost Rock seems important, but frankly, I don't know. Something sits off about these bee roaches.
But the bee roaches are natural, Carver. He even said they were around way longer before the...
Doesn't mean
the
that they weren't
Ghost Rock.
infected by the ghost rock somehow.
That's my thinking.
Well,
I think the two horses are related.
I would like to go talk to about the Ghost Rock, personally. Why don't we split up?
I don't know if I trust splitting up with this group. Last time we came back to an angry mob, ready to kill us or hang us at least, and
I can go
you guys
with-
are about to end the sheriff.
I can go with Lacy to see about the Ghost Rock.
Well, let's do it together. I don't think splitting up anymore is worth it. Why don't we all discuss? If we want to do the Ghost Rock first, I'll concede. But who wants to? What do we all think? I personally think the bee roaches. Lacy obviously thinks Ghost Rock.
I think we can flip for it. Why don't we just do 50-50?
Well, let's wait to see if we're split. Buddy and Lewis, what do you guys think?
Fair enough.
I think there might be information to find out about the bee roaches at the blacksmith. The buddy, I don't know if you know anything about this plant, and I start describing the plant that I saw at the infirmary, and I explain he's got a jar with every person's name on it, every member of the town. I thought that was strange.
Maybe we should go ask him about it. He seems like a pretty straight shooter.
does.
Now, the plant itself, using either healing or survival, would I have a chance of recognizing from the description?
Justin, do you have any skills that could help you describe it? Do you have any healing or something like that that could describe it a little better, so I can give you
Jazz hands, perhaps?
I've got gambling. No, I've got notice.
Notice. Okay, in that case, then I'll give. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Roll for it. I will give you a +1 from the help from Lewis. And one exploded there. One exploded there.
Oh,
Nice.
exploding dice.
Plus
Okay.
1.
So that's a 15.
So
Wow.
you by
16.
3,
16.
12.
Plus 1.
15.
12 plus 3. Oh, 16.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you actually know a few uses for that. One of them is a relaxant. It slows the blood a little bit. One of them is actually more of a stabilizer for blood sugar levels, that type of thing. So there's a few uses for that plant if it's the one that is described. Also, it's a fairly hardy plant, related to the cactus, but it grows a little thinner stalks.
Does he know what it's called?
No, I can't recall the name of it
All right.
because I can't recall the name of it right now. But I will get that back to you in a
I
second.
can't recall the name of it right now, but it seems to me that in the case of our good sheriff here, if it seems to be some sort of infection, that this might help stabilize it a little longer.
He doesn't know about the sheriff yet either. So, speaking to his wife at least, I'm sure he's still sleeping right now, but
Elam, it's a good chance Elam probably walking by. I mean, he went to the sheriff's office this morning. He probably would have heard the screaming and things like that, just the same as anyone. It's a good chance he's heard at least about it.
I think it's a good place to start.
Let's
Let's
do it.
find out what he's using the plants for, what he's got everyone's name on it for, and then we can go see wherever we go from there. But we can see him on the way. He's right in town.
All right, and then after we'll go see Holden, the B-Roach guy.
Agreed.
Sounds good.
And then after we'll go see Lily.
No, after we're gonna go get a goddamn drink because
Well,
I
Lily-
could use one.
2 birds with 1 stone, Lacey. Lily and Sheffield live in the same place.
Well, there you go.
I figure we'll speak to Lily first because she's probably awake and Sheffield's probably asleep because he stayed up all night.
Yeah. You know what? I'll meet you there. I'm gonna swing by the bar first, just get a quick drink.
Ah.
Sorry.
Well-
I need to get some heroin.
Could you grab me something, Carver?
Yeah, I think I will.
Pass him a $5.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I didn't
Good
do
stuff.
anything.
Good stuff, Carver.
Only the best for you and me. And I ride off with Asta to the Be in the Bonnet barrel. What's it called?
Be in the barrel.
Be in the barrel. And I would order just straight whiskey. Nothing honey, nothing that they produce. Are you taking a shot?
Unfortunately, that's all they have here is honey whiskey. And,
Then something with the highest alcohol count. Nothing.
Sure.
What's honey whiskey?
You want our finest stuff. Careful, this stuff takes your breath away a little bit.
I just want the fucking drink. Give me a drink of something strong.
So Charles takes a couple glasses out, puts them there for you.
No, just the bottle, please.
Oh. And puts the bottle in the that'll be at least $5.
Yeah, well, here you go. Keep the noun change. And I said, well, I got to drink it on the run, that's why. And I take the bottle and leave.
You see that the boy's in there as well. He's hanging out with the guys. You see a couple other. You see Xavier back in there.
Xander.
Xander, thank you. Xander, he's jammed
As
on
I
the
walk, I turn to him and say, ain't you supposed to be out of here, Xander?
Well, I figured rules be changing.
Xander, you figured goddamn wrong. Get out. Don't make me draw my gun. You do not want me to draw it.
He flips the cards from one hand to the other and says, absolutely, sir. Sorry. I thought there was a regime change. And he walks out.
Yeah, maybe, but the rules don't.
Okay, so Buddy and Lewis and Lacey, you guys all walk over to where the apothecary works. And Elam is actually just leaving his house to go to work at this time. He still looks pretty tired. Locking up his door, and he walks over next door and goes in.
Morning, Elam. Got a moment?
Yeah, gentlemen, I was just going to check on my patient.
I believe my friend Lewis here has some questions for you.
Lewis, what can I do for you?
Well, let's check on your patient. We can talk while we're in there.
He opens the door, walks in. He's very careful with his steps. Such a big man, and yet he seems pretty graceful moving around his shop.
And I get there late, and I sit outside on his porch and uncork the thing, boom, while they're inside.
Nice.
And that is some strong whiskey.
Oh, yeah!
As we step inside, I nudge Buddy and gesture to the plants.
Buddy,
Does it look like the plant I was thinking of, Marshal?
Yeah, it is. It's collared ivy. Seems like a good name.
Collar and
Now, I'm going to be taking a look at some of those books, because I was never one for much book learning.
Do you read, Buddy?
Not at all.
Well, you can look. So Elam is there. He puts on a robe, and he walks over to a plant, picks some out, and he starts using a mortar and pestle. And it's almost humorous to see these tools in his hands, because his hands are just big mitts and these little mortar and pestles. Is it getting to work?
You and Lily switched to jobs, eh?
Well, I'm more passionate about healing than I thought I was, and she's more handy in the forge than I thought she was.
Hitting things with a hammer?
Yep.
Right. Well, I was wondering, what's with all these plants here?
All these here? And it points to the ivy to your right. Well, that's for an elixir that I make for majority of the men and women in this town.
All right. And elixir, what does it do?
Well, it seems that although our whiskey and our meat are delicious, it's often people tend to go into these deep slumbers, not passing out from the alcohol. They can go into slumbers and not wake up for days on end if I don't administer this regularly to them. Also, I've had to cut people's arms and legs off if they don't get it also.
What? cut people's arms and legs off. Why would you do that?
It seems your body loses the ability to protect itself or produce something that it needs, so this plant kind of replaces that.
So pretty much anybody who drinks in this town has to have this elixir.
Not everybody, it's just if you seem to, well, the Chaplain, for example, he needs it quite frequently as he frequents the Bee in the Barrel regularly.
Right. And I look up, there's bottles with different people's names on it, right?
Yeah.
Is that why you've got everybody's names on these bottles?
Yeah, I mean, all these people here, they need this regularly, so I make sure that this almost keeps them busy 24/7, just making this elixir for them.
Right. Well, we're curious. You heard about the sheriff last night?
Sure did, and as you see that, he pours what he's been working on into a solution and swirls it around and goes over and gives it to the boy on the table, Stanson, and you see that Stanson kind of tension relax a little bit, breathing a little bit more regularly. Very strange. I'll make sure I take a look at him later. I just want to make sure this patient pulls through before I head over there.
You haven't seen stuff like that before?
No, not like that. I've seen some things that causes hallucinations and that sort of thing, but that seems like an illness, not a self-induced thing. And knowing Cole Ferguson, he wouldn't be the type to do something like that.
Did Cole drink?
Yeah. And you see one of the name points up, and you see one of the names lecture is there for him.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can let you in to see him. He's currently locked up in the sheriff's caboose.
Well, I think Stanson here is going to pull through, so I'll make sure I come over shortly to see him.
Yeah, just be careful when you're with him, because he's pretty violent.
I'll keep that in mind. He keeps working. Lacy and Carver, what are you guys doing?
I'm on the porch talking to people as they walk by. Hey, going too slow?
I'm drawing things.
Hey, you're going too fast. You walk a little faster, little lady.
Dance.
Every pretty lady that comes by.
Buddy?
Every pretty lady that comes up, I go by and say, oh, what's your name?
You're walking too fast.
Carver. Carver Wait. Nice to meet you.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
I'm trying to read the labels there. I got Cioli.
Okay.
Cioli.
So do a roll, see if you get anything from it.
Just a general smarts roll.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that.
You see that it's serum. You get that word serum.
Serum.
Good for you, buddy.
What's that, buddy?
It seems to be serum for Cioli.
But you also notice in the index there's something about consumption in there. Just something you're passing through.
Interesting. I wonder if I could.
He thinks because he's illiterate.
Lewis?
Doesn't know.
Yeah. That?
Do you know how to do this? Use these, and I'll pull out the book.
I do know how to use this. Do you mind, Sheffield? Mr. Sheffield?
Yeah, just be careful. Those were lilies. She lent them to me.
I'm going to go out in the sunlight if that's all right with you.
Don't walk off my porch. I'll feel like you're robbing me.
Don't worry about that. I'll be back. And I step out and I say, Lacy, so have you spoken to her?
Not yet, but I'm planning on it.
Well,
and I
she's
go
over
inside.
there.
Okay, so yeah, I see her.
She's in the blacksmith. That's
That's right. You hear the noise of the forge. You hear her hammering away.
Ting, ting. Okay, I go
And
over.
I see Lacy walking over alone, and I go, oh, fuck.
And you keep an eye on me from a distance.
No, I'll walk over.
I say to myself, oh shit, Car's with me. Guess I'm not killing anybody. And I get over to Lily and I
She
say,
doesn't acknowledge you when you walk in. She just moves past. Excuse me. She grabs another tool, gets to work. Bing, ding, bing.
oh, well, excuse me, little lady.
She keeps working.
Miss Lily?
And then she puts the hammer down. She walks over to you, tilts her hat up at you. What did you call me?
I said Miss Lily.
It's Miss Turner.
Ah, Miss Turner, yes.
And she grabs a hammer and she just she makes it look like accidentally drops it off the counter on her foot. Oh, Sora there.
Is she good looking?
Yeah, she's pretty, but she's covered in soot and ashes from the forge.
Oh,
When she gets back to work. That's Miss Turner. And she goes, "Can I help you, gentlemen?"
Yeah, Lily. My friend here is Lacy. He's a bit rough around the edges, but he got a few questions for you, if you don't mind. I wouldn't mind. He's got. Could you answer?
Carver, for you, I'll answer questions. Just make sure he stays out of my way, okay?
I'll definitely will.
Lacy.
I'm kind of itching to grab my gun, but I don't.
What can I do for you, Lacy?
I want to know a little bit of this ghost rock. What is this?
And as soon as you ask that, she goes, "Well, that's something I do know about. What do you want to know?"
Well, I want to know what it's about. What is it?
Well, it's a mystery to most people, but
It's a rock. Have you got a piece?
yeah, sure. And she walks over and she opens a very small box. And there's a few nuggets in there of ghost rock, and it looks like a translucent gray stone with little specks of white in it.
Translucent gray.
Careful with this, and she hands it to you, especially around the forge.
All right. And so, can I roll for like a notice, I guess, or
Yeah,
what's the other
absolutely.
one? Perception.
Investigate or notice.
Let's go. Notice. I want to see if there's any vibe coming off it. Am I getting like, am I feeling radiation? Am I feeling whatever? So am I rolling 2 6s?
I don't know. What are you trained in?
Not trained. So
And
D4.
you roll 4 and a -2. Okay, so
I got a
unfortunately,
5. Oh no.
unfortunately, you get the temptation is that you want to pocket it,
Oh. Okay.
but she's eyeing you. Careful.
I am eyeing him too.
Okay, I am going to spend a red die. A red
Yep.
one.
So you can add d6 to whatever you roll. So roll another d6 and add it to the higher of the two, so the 5.
Oh.
So 9 minus 2 puts you at 7, so you're successful.
Excellent.
So, yeah, you notice the fact that you're having this pull towards you, but you can control it. Inside, you hear the hissing of her, this kind of contraption underneath her forge that's heating up everything, and you'd swear it's the sound of a screaming man as it quickly exhausts the steam. And black, sooty steam goes out through the ventilation that she's created, and she gets back to work as the forge heats up really hot. She's like, "I gotta work while it's hot." She gets back to work.
And I look a little nervous. And I look to Carver and I say, "Hey, Carver." Is she watching me, or is she kind of now moving around, or what?
She's working. She's busy. Yeah, she's doing horseshoes and different things.
Perfect. So I turn to Carver. I say, "Hey, Carver.
What if I actually drop this in the fire? See what happens.
Lacy, nah, let's not do that. That would be a silly thing. Let's put it back, and then if you have any more questions, we can ask her, and that's about that.
She walks over and grabs the box from you, Lacy, and closes it, and puts it back, and gets back to work.
Yeah, that's probably the
All
best.
right. All right. Well, thank you very much,
yeah.
Miss Turner.
Yeah, no problem.
That's all you had. That's why you wanted to come here. You had all these questions. You asked your 2 questions.
Well, I guess if I had another question,
Oh fuck, Lacy, and I
it
turned
would
to Lily.
be.
Lily, has anyone ever acted weird because of this shit? Has anyone snorted? Has anyone fucking ingested in any way? We're trying to figure out what this exactly is. Is he
And actually,
dangerous?
my specific question is, have you ever eaten it?
There are men, I've heard, that have smoked this stone.
Aha!
That being said, I don't see how they'd survive it. Fumes are noxious enough to make me nearly pass out daily.
Hmm. Very interesting.
You'd also need a ghost steel pipe in order to be able to withstand the heat. Otherwise, it would just melt or burn whatever you're smoking it from.
You got any ghost steel?
Very expensive, Carver.
You ever made it into bullets?
The bullets. Never really thought about that before. I suppose it could be done, yeah.
I don't know what we're up against, and I don't really know anything about this ghost rock. All I know is I don't quite trust it. It feels a bit weird. Would you mind doing me a favor?
Favor in what way, Carver?
Doesn't have to be.
I know where you're going with this.
I've done you
Carver.
favors in the past, Carver, and it usually involves me being on my backside.
Say, listen, not around him. He'll just fucking use it to.
No. I know what you're getting at. No,
Lacy,
why don't I go halfsies with you?
Now, Brad, fuck off. Listen, all I'm saying is maybe in your spare time, no time, maybe make up a few bullets, a few lead caps. I can put them into the charges myself, just so I got some in case we ever need to do nothing against this ghost rock. Would that be possible?
For the right price, I could do that for you for sure.
Oh, Lily, you know I'm good for it. Well, you know Lewis is good for it. We'll make sure you get paid.
Well, I'll need to see at least something up front before I do the work.
Well, I don't. Let me.
Well, how much you looking for, Lily?
Well, we're looking at least to work with that stuff. Very volatile, pretty dangerous. If Elam knew I was doing it, he'd probably have my head. Well, little Puff wouldn't be able. I'd say you give me $50 up front, another $150 after the job's done. I'll get you 2 bullets.
All right. Well, look. Let's put a pin in it, and you can see what you got. Maybe we do this. Maybe you make them up in the meantime, and then that way, when I have the money, I can drop it down and I can take the bullets.
Yeah,
can I do a persuade?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not that she does it for free, just that she'll make them before I can pay. 5, and you know what? I'll spend a Benny to reroll. Oh, I have a ton of them. And I reroll both, right?
Spend them if you got them.
Yeah, I might as well. Nah, 12, and that explodes. 9, so 21.
Yeah, I think I want to make that even if you don't buy them, because I think it would be quite the endeavor.
Well, that's my thinking, Lily. And you're the best goddamn blacksmith I ever seen. Now, speaking of, when you say talking about later being on your back, is that still up in the air? You just returning kind of.
And she shows you the ring again. So now I got to work, gentlemen.
Yeah, well,
Carver.
I hear you.
Buddy, outside, as you guys are out there reading, a man walks up to you, and he seems to be pretty well dressed. Well, I wouldn't say well dressed, but a dress that Lewis would recognize as from Louisiana. He's got a pickaxe with him, and he says, "Well, man, I suppose you're the law around here now?"
That's right.
Well, what I need is slightly different from the law, but perhaps you guys can help me all the same.
Well, what do you have for us?
This is just Buddy and Lewis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, perhaps I can meet you back at the office to talk to you. It's kind of a private matter, and I'd rather no one else hears. It has to do with my chérie is here.
All right, well, we got some business to attend to for the next little while, so why don't you meet us there in about 2 hours?
Well, it's time sensitive. 2 hours, I suppose that's okay, but I'll be waiting. And he walks off.
What's your name?
Raymon.
Raymon. All right, see you in 2 hours. So what I was saying, buddy, is when you have an E and an A next to each other, that's called a diphthong, see? And when you pronounce that...
Lacy and Carver walk out.
Yeah, we'd be walking out. And I'd just be kind of shaking my head at Lacy. Lacy, I love a good time drinking whores, and somehow you make that so much worse. I don't know why, but you make me want to be responsible, which is just the worst.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? It's just like,
I don't want to, and I stop him in the street and say, look, Lacy, for real now, I don't want to babysit you. I don't want to make sure you're not going to draw your goddamn gun on my friend Lily. For fuck's sake, we're supposed to be the deputies in this town.
You know.
I'll take it down a goddamn notch, all right?
Outside, guys, you notice
Act
the
like a
clouds.
fucking professional.
The clouds are looking a little bit gray. It reminds you a little bit of the sooty smoke that came out of the ghost rock. Just a little bit more ominous than you feel. And the wind is chilling, although as hot a day as it is, it feels like it's giving you some shivers.
Yeah, so you pissed off God now, Lacy. You don't.
Well, maybe you did, Carver.
Nah, I didn't fuck her. I'm good.
What'd you guys get out of her?
Well, she.
I didn't pull my gun, and I didn't shoot her.
Yeah, that's a win for fucking Lacey when it doesn't kill someone. But Lewis, I gotta tell you, she's still into me. I honestly think that maybe before the day's done.
Keep your voice down, man. Keep your voice.
Well, I'm just saying. No shit. Yeah, I know. All right, I forgot.
No. Okay.
All right. Anyway, my point being, not much. Ghost Rock seems to be real powerful. A couple people crush it, smoke it, shit like that. But I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem like a solid lead. Who is that? I saw someone. All right, well, fucking Lacey can tell you about it later. Who is that? I saw someone leading away.
Yeah. Raymon was his name. Looks like he's from Louisiana. I told him that we got some business to attend to, but he's going to meet us back at the office in about 2 hours. He's got some private matters to discuss with us, apparently.
Did he say anything about... That's it? Just private matters?
Yeah, that's all he wanted to say out in public.
Well... I don't know. I'm torn. I want to follow up on the bee roaches, but at the same time, we are deputies, and if he's got trouble, we should check it out.
We got time, 2 hours. He didn't seem like he was gasping.
He didn't say anything was time sensitive?
He did say it was time sensitive, but he said that 2 hours would be okay. I don't know. What do you think, buddy?
Well... I'm wondering how long it'll take us to get up to Mr. Halton's place and back.
My logic is Halton is a lead, but he's not a priority. I think if this guy did say time sensitive, I think we should at least hear him out before following up on Halton. And believe me, because I want to find out about these bee roaches.
All right. Well, he went down that way.
Well, he's going to meet us back at the sheriff's office. Good thing I can't even read. I can't talk. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm curious. I'm curious.
Ghost Rock.
Buddy, part of the reason that I turned him away is I'm curious why he handed me this book.
Why I handed you the book?
Yeah.
All right, and I'll kind of point to that part on consumption. I'm just wondering if you can read about any cures for something like that.
I do a reading check. Or can I just read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
All right. Consumption is not a problem, really.
You read something that it tends to be punishable because of your misdeeds in life and
oh, this is the Bible.
That the people who tend to get consumptions are those people who are lowly, live in the squalor, and live in with women who've been around a few times.
Shit, Lacey,
you also know that smoking is not something that really is good for it. But there are some very rare plants that could help out.
All right, and I go back inside. I tell all this to Buddy, and stepping in, seeing Sheffield there. Is he still working with Stanson? Stanton?
Oh, yeah. Stanson's unconscious now. He looks like he's gone back to making more of the elixir.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Sheffield, just a quick question for you, and then I'll get out of your hair.
What can I do for you?
Well, my friend outside, he's getting up in age, and it seems he's got a bit of, consumption.
He sits back in his chair and goes, well, there's probably very little we can do for him, unless you got a lot of money.
Well, I do, but what would that be? You've got the plants necessary?
Nope. I have some contacts that I can send a letter out and we can get it, but again, it's going to cost you arm and a leg.
All right, well, we'll involve him too. I mean, it's not going to be just me, so that's good to know. But also this elixir, any chance I could purchase some off of you?
Well, a lot of good it'll do unless you go next door and get some something to inject it with.
Okay, all right. So I'll get some of the elixir off you. Oh, wait, I guess I got to get the injector first and then the elixir?
I'll sell the elixir. I'm just warning you. It's no good without putting it right into your bloodstream.
How much all in all will it cost you? It'll cost me.
It's not very expensive. I'll give you this for free. The next one's a gold piece.
I really appreciate that, Sheffield. Thank you very much. And I just run over to
Lily's
and grab the injector and pay for that whatever she wants. And...
Yeah, again, it's only a couple gold pieces because it's kind of a business they're running, right? Once you get the injector, you can keep coming back for the stuff.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I'm not trying to make a huge profit off of it either.
Cool. And then I join the fellas back, and I say, all right, well, what do you say, Carver?
I'm thinking we got to talk to Roland first. I just feel like it's our second day here, first day alone without the sheriff. If something happens to him, we don't at least know what he wanted. We're off chasing some lead, and frankly, we don't really know if the B-Roach lead is anything at all.
Yeah.
And at least the B-Roach lead ain't running off. Roland, on the other hand.
Yeah, that's my other thinking.
Raymon.
Sorry. My apologies.
Roland Raymon.
Well, if we head down this way, we might be able to catch up to him.
So I run up and follow where he went.
All right, so you catch him up, and he's walking towards the sheriff's office. You actually do catch up to him.
Say, Raymon! Slow up there.
Gentlemen.
Sorry, you were speaking to Lewis back here, and we're deputies. We just wanted to ask you real quick what you needed before we put you on hold, so to speak.
If it's okay with you, gentlemen, I'd like to talk in private.
And I look, what building are we staying next to?
One of the, you're just past the Bee in the Barrel.
Just past it? Okay, so we walk in there and say, yeah, all right, let's go in here. I just pull him inside, and we go grab a quiet table in the corner.
You can see he sits his back so that it's to be as discreet as possible. Pulls his hat way down low.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we'll be real quiet here.
Well, it seems a pretty public place, but I'll try to explain what I need from you. Well, my wife is sick, you see, and I don't even know how to explain this. Where should I begin?
At the beginning?
Why'd you come to us
I
in the
need
first
you guys
place?
to stop some of the miners. I used to work for the mine, and it seems that I've been doing something that's not right. Okay, gentlemen, I'll just come clean for you. I've been shaving a little bit of ghost rock off here and there from the mine when I go in to weigh it, because I think they've been cheating me, and I think I'm due this ghost rock. It's my ghost rock. I mined it. I didn't choose to sell it. I know it's against the rules of the mine, but by damn, I feel like. Anyways, my wife, she's east, and she's got a baby, and I'd like to send something back there if I can. Well, I've been mining this for nearly as long as the mine's been here, and my ghost rock was worth a certain amount, and I know how much my weight was, but I'm pretty sure the foreman's been cheating me out of the money. So I started hiding some of it as I left, and I would take it to a special spot and then bury it. Well, I'm also quite a heavy drinker. And,
I'm so
I'm kind of forgetful. What's that?
Some people are so open to admit that. Carver goes and gets a bottle of the hard stuff.
Oh, by the way, I hand the bottle to Lewis to take a swig.
Oh,
And he seemed kind of
My apologies.
licking his lips and looking at it.
Oh shit.
Deputy liquor.
All right, so let me get this straight. You've been shaving ghost rock off the mines.
Not a lot, just enough that I feel like it's even because.
Don't matter, because you felt shorted by the foreman. Then what you shaved, you went to buried, and then you got so drunk that you forgot where it was buried.
No, well, there's more to it. When I would always have a ledger of how much I had, so I knew when it was ready to be shipped off to my wife. But with the railroads being what they were, I didn't want to send them away, fear that it would be stolen as our payroll had been. So I started saving and more, and I keep it on a map in my ledger. But I got drunk one night, passed out in the bar, woke up, my ledger was gone.
All right, so your ledger had the location of the buried ghost rock.
That's right.
So someone would know the location of the buried ghost rock.
Well, I heard rumor on the street is that Foreman knows where it is now, and he's gonna go bury it, dig it up, and
so
take it.
you stole ghost rock from the foreman, and now the foreman's gonna go get it back. And why is any of this our problem? And how is any of that
relevant?
It's not, gentlemen. It's not your problem. I just hoped maybe you could help a man who's suffering a little bit out. I'm sorry I came to the wrong place.
Well,
let's
be straight.
understand this.
What's out of character? What's the punishment for, say, shaving off stuff from the mine?
He'd definitely be fired from his job as a miner.
Yeah.
Because charges. The rules of the town, more or less, is that they own the mine. They're given the rights to mine, and they have to sell the ghost rock back to the mine, basically, and they get the money that way, right? So it's almost as if the land is owned by the company. They go down their mine, they bring the ghost rock up, it's weighed, and they're given their pay.
So let me get this straight, Mr. Raymon. Raymon, is that correct?
That's right, or Mr. Jericho.
So the wolf, yourself, steals the chicken from the chicken coop, and the chickens are going to go take the chicken back, and you come to the farmer to ask for a hand? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid, sir. I just care about my wife and child, and I wasn't able to send much back once the foreman started fixing the scales against me.
And I want to look at Lewis and Buddy. I want to just read their faces. What do you?
Well, I imagine I'm going to get up and just start walking out because
I think I would join Buddy. And I apologize to Lewis. I apologize, Lewis. You're right. This was a fucking waste of time.
Now, it's not to say that it's not worth an investigation into whether or not he's fixing the scales, but this man's problem doesn't need to be ours.
Was your name on?
Go for it, Lewis.
Oh, I was just going to ask, was your name on that ledger?
No, and that's why I can't go do it myself.
So you got to nominate it anyway, so no one's going to come after you for stealing.
No, but my child and wife might not make it.
Well, how about you go home and get an honest job where you're not stealing money? All right, step one. And I stand up and follow Buddy out. Wasting our
the people have been saying about you folks is right.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. And I leave.
He kind of sits there, slumped down.
Yeah, I will walk out too. I was still in there.
I have a question. What are you doing with the ghost rock, anyways?
Well, I'd sell it for its market value, what it's worth.
And what do they do with it?
Well, they send it up north to Mr. Hellstrom, and he uses it for his furnaces and different things to make the gizmos and the different contraptions.
Very interesting. And I get up and I leave. Thank you, Ramon. Bartender, get Ramon a drink. No, I don't say that. I don't say that.
They're all alone.
I know, but I was drawing attention to it. Yeah.
All right, boys. I don't feel bad about that. I don't think we got to help out any crooks like that. I mean, man, it's his fault.
The only thing that kind of struck me was that he said that the foreman was shaving money off of his wages.
Yeah, and like Buddy said, I say we look into that, but priority list may be down here.
Are we passing Cole? Is it Colton? What's that guy's name? The sheriff?
Cole Ferguson.
Cole. Are we passing Cole?
No, he's still further to the east.
But to go see Holton, are we passing Cole?
No, you actually have to go towards the mine and the north of the mine.
Okay. What I was going to suggest to you guys is, with that serum, what if we injected the sheriff with it?
The elixir?
Yeah, just to see what happens. But we'll go see Holton as well. Do you want me to say it in my voice?
What if we go and inject the sheriff with the elixir?
Now it sounds crazy. Now they don't want to do it.
No, you guys are gonna have to buy yourselves your own injector, and that's fine. But this one's for me. I plan on doing some drinking while I'm here, and if I start losing my limbs, then I want to be able to fix that.
And we're standing.
I'm not sharing needles with nobody. All right. So you guys get your own injectors, and
as we're standing out on the street, and Lou says that, I'm gonna go, fuck yeah. You know what? Lou's has got this right. What do you say we go back in there and have a drink? I mean, we've been work since we got here, and you know what? Holden can wait a little bit.
Well, sure, but
Lou's like, you haven't played cards in at least 24 hours. I know you must be itching.
Carver, are you gonna go play cards after you just kick people out for playing cards?
Not me. I said Lewis.
Well,
I'm gonna need new deputies in this town soon.
Yeah, we're the sheriffs of this town now. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. We can have a new regime. We can even make new rules.
Well, I'm not saying we go fucking starting a war. I'm saying we don't help criminals like this Raymon character. We keep the gambling, but maybe to a back room.
I think I'm gonna go buy some elixir and a needle.
Well, I mean, what kind of town doesn't allow gambling? That just seems insane.
Especially this far away from anything too interesting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look, why don't we have a drink? Take a quick break, have a drink, and then head up to Halton. I mean, God, we've been go since this morning. It's now what, 10 o'clock? I could use a drink.
Oh yeah. And while we're heading over there, I'm already walking in the direction of the bar.
Yeah, well, we were just in front of it. We left the bar because Raymond.
Were we in the bar?
Yeah, you were talking to Raymond at the bar.
I was just picturing an empty house.
No, I'm gonna head back in. I want to see what Raymond's doing in the corner.
And I am going to get elixir and a syringe.
Okay, so you go in, Carver. Lewis, no problem. You'll get a syringe. It costs you $1 and $1 for the $2
Okay.
test. Carver, go in there. You see him. He's slumped over. And he kind of just looks up at you from under his hat. It spits on the ground.
And I walk over to him.
Deputy.
Thief. Ah, fuck it, Raymond. All right, we started off on the wrong foot. Have a seat. And I take the bottle that I took back from Lewis and I pour him a shot and I slide it over. And I sit back to where I sat. Look, we're new deputies, all right? We're new to this. You got to understand, we're all out for making number ones. We're out for making sure that we're safe. My only priority right now is my own life and Mr. Lewis, my best friend over there. That's it. That's where we're at. Now, I can't say that what you did was exactly legal. In fact, I completely disagree with it. But I'm in the mindset of...
Is it not justice, Carver? The man was shaving my wages. They were my wages.
That's not justice. And don't talk justice to the law, man. All I'm saying is this. You don't know who's got your ledger, okay? I would say you take that as a plus. For all you know, that foreman could be out for blood. You don't. If someone's willing to shave, they're willing to do a lot worse than that. All I know is he might be staking out your claim, waiting for you to show up, thinking that you remembered it to take you out. Look, you got a baby, you got a wife back at home, right?
Well, all the more reason I needed your help.
No, go home to them. Make it priority number one. Money ain't gonna make a difference.
Don't you think I came here because these are the only prospects I had?
I think you came here with noblest intentions, and I think you got soured on your way. But I think if you want to return to them with your life, I think the best thing you got to do is up and leave. That might not be
for me to return to them.
Well, what are you going to do? You're going to hunt down the ledger yourself, go back to the foreman and say, hey, I was shaving money, but give me my ledger back so I could take what I took?
That goes wrong.
Raymond?
He stands up and he pushes the chair back.
And he bumps into Buddy.
Listen, Raymond. I'm not saying I agree with what you did, because it's wrong. It's thieving, plain and simple.
It's my money.
But I'll tell you
Can't
what.
steal from a thief.
And I'll grab him and put him down. Let me start over and finish my thought here, Raymond. If and when we go check out whether or not he's been shaving, we will make sure that you're paid in full for what you should have been in the first place. But until then, you'll settle down. So that we don't have to have this sort of conversation again, and that you don't end up in some hole buried somewhere, as my friend Carver here has been trying to explain to you.
And I use one of my hindrances, being mean, and I kind of mock Buddy, and I go,
Listen, Raymon. Listen, Raymon. Listen, Raymon.
and I sit down with a drink at the table.
Okay, seriously, how did this man get a letter?
Look,
I've
known
Cole for a long time.
That's funny.
And I join Buddy and I say, Raymond, we're not doing this to fuck you over. We're doing this because we've been there. Look at Buddy. Look at this weathered goddamn body before you, full of consumption and shit. You think he don't live long enough to understand that what he's waiting on, what you're waiting on by that pile of gold out there in the desert is just an ambush? I'm telling you that it's more important than Ghost Rock, more important than money is going home to your wife and kid alive. Don't you think that's all they give a shit about? I'll try a persuade roll.
Sure.
All is right in the world.
Oh, exploded 12. Exploded!
Oh!
25. 25 to tell this guy to leave it and go home.
It's too late for that.
25!
He gets up and moves across the country and starts a whole.
He gets up and he walks out.
Really?
Oh,
Just
man,
then-
that's tough.
The boy comes over to offer you guys a drink. Gentlemen, Charles sent me over here. Said you might be thirsty.
What's your name, kid?
Ezra.
Ezra. Good name.
Good Christian name.
Are you thirsty?
Well, listen, Ezra. I'll take a tall glass of water. Not my usual drink, but I'm certainly not drinking any of the alcohol from around here.
I think I'll go to milk, too. That's a cow milk. You got...
What is wrong with you two? No, we will get 4 shots of hard liquor.
Well, Lewis, the truth is I'm really fucked up right now. I drank half that bottle.
You know how much bacteria...
Also, I wanted to one-up Buddy. I'm a one-upper, you know this.
Who knows what's in those wells that they suck that water from? Who knows what's in those cows' teats that they pump that milk from? You disgusting. I'm fine with just plain alcohol. Thank you very much.
Ah, fuck it, you're right. Sorry, Lewis.
Well, Ezra looks at you. So whiskey then?
4 shots of whiskey.
Yeah, and 4 for me, too.
And as he's walking through the crowd, you see people are kind of nodding to him and acknowledging him. Clearly, the town is fond of him, and he gets up to Charles, and Charles pats him on his head, gives him the 4 cups of whiskey, and brings him back over. Gentlemen,
No, that was 4 for him and 4 for me, please. And then 4 for him and 4 for him.
I'll be right back. He kind of smiles, and you guys are the
How
new
much does that
deputies.
cost?
Oh, Lewis, he thought you were ordering one for each of us. He's going to learn fast.
Yeah, he does not know it.
How much elixir do you guys have?
Wow.
I'm just kidding. He comes back with the drinks for everybody.
Thank you, Ezra. Tell me, Ezra, how long have you been here?
And he kind of looks a little uncomfortable.
That's all right. That's all right. We're deputies. We're deputies.
Ever since Mr. Ferguson brought me here.
Did he send you a letter?
Not everyone gets a letter from Mr. Ferguson.
Deputy. Are you a deputy?
Are you a deputy? That's how Lacy got one. He's willing to just give it to everybody.
I think Lacy got your letter, Ezra.
So he says, no, he saved me. And he walks away.
Well, cheers, fellas.
Yeah, cheers. Bottom up.
Cheers.
All right, I'm doing another one.
Yeah, me too. And I take another shot. And then I smash it on the ground and I stand up on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the new deputies of town.
Isn't that what I did on day 1 too?
Yeah. Let's see
Yeah,
what
you're
happens
all
today.
crazy. I am a lot more.
You're getting crazy.
No, it's not crazy. Shut up, Lacy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the deputies. My name is Mr. Carver Waite. This is my best friend Lewis. This is Lacy, and this is Buddy.
I get up and I immediately start firing my guns into the air.
Oh shit! Okay, that's right. That's no. Okay, Lacy.
4 shots.
No,
4
ladies and
shots.
gentlemen.
And Buddy's going to get up and walk out again.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, wop. I can't hear. I think that's tinnitus. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, all I wanted to do is let you know that the next round is going to be on us as deputies. We are new to this town, but you seem like fine people, and we just want to do our best. If anyone has any issues, day or night, you come to that man, and I point to Buddy walking outside. That man, and you ask him day or night for help, and he will help you. He is the official lackey of the deputies.
Okay, do a roll. A persuasion
Rounds on
roll.
us.
Persuasion roll.
10.
All right. People are like, yeah, okay. They go back to the drinking.
Around on us.
Just then you hear the
Luke,
thunder outside. Actually, you hear the thunder, and some of the windows start blowing in and out.
Well, then I'm going to go right to Judy and see if we can get her some shelter, even if that means taking her inside the sheriff's office.
Buddy, as soon as you walk outside, you see Raymon standing there. I'm calling you out. Where's Carver?
Listen, Raymon. Not only do I have a hard time saying your name, but I'm starting to dislike you.
I'm guessing I don't hear him.
You hear the lightning, or you see the lightning again, and buddy, do a notice roll. So successful. So first thing you notice is that he's very clean, and you notice that he's not sinking into the mud.
That doesn't seem right to me.
Where's Carver? I'm calling him out.
Well, listen, Raymond. I understand you got a problem. I said we'd look into it. But I don't think that where you're headed in this direction is going to be any benefit to your wife or your child.
And the lightning strikes again. Do another notice roll.
And the thunder rolls.
Nice. Explode.
What?
What? Nice.
And the thunder rolls. Go, go, go.
When the lightning strikes, you see a flash of light, and you see the shadow of this man who's ready with his hands at his sides, looking at you with a death stare in his eyes. And you see his shadow flash on the building behind him. And you notice that, at least you feel you noticed, that there is a shadow of a hanging man.
Ooh.
We're going to end it there.
What? Oh. I want to fucking kill him. All right.
Drunken Carver wants to go fight this guy.
Oh man. All right. Yeah.
There you go. Good spot to end it there, Mr.
Yeah.
Mike.
It is a good spot.
Yeah. Thank you all for being with us Wednesday night. It is such a blast to be here with you guys. Yeah, fantastic game. Chris, as usual, fantastic thing, guys, to play it.
We're a little rough tonight.
No, I just totally caught off guard. I was like all planned for what was going next. Yeah, so thank you for being here on this Wednesday night. It's been such a blast. Please come back next Wednesday. We're going to post tomorrow the NPC sheet, and so that you guys can comment on your NPC characters. Next theme we're going to pick tomorrow, right, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure it's posted. And remember, pay attention to the theme because you can only win as long as it's an NPC that would fit in that realm.
That's right. So make sure you're doing it within that.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. This has been such a blast. Have yourself a fantastic night. And that's all for me. As Chris always likes to say,
We'll see you around the table.
See you around the table.
Guys, good night.
Good night.